crashes. So let's go ahead. Here's that we're going to learn how to ride a motorcycle by watching other people crash, because we're going to try to figure out what they did right and what they did wrong. Let's jump right into it.
Welcome to the channel.
So let's take a look.
As usual, we've got a lot of unexpected.
Yeah, thank you, MotoStars. This is an older video, so we're passing people on a double yellow, not a big deal, but that's a stop sign because other traffic's not going to stop.
And ride safe.
Oh, didn't make the turn. Navigate that turn much easier. Probably scared, panicked, because we're trying to get through everything, follow all our buddies, and we know traffic was coming. So guys, practice your slow speed, sharp turns with the Smart Rider drills, 24 drills right there. Never have to move the cones once you lay them down, and you can just practice that acceleration around that cone to get out of there. It's kind of like Moto Gymkhana. But I think that's what the case was. We're trying to keep up with our friends, go through the stop sign.
Try to get cell service to call her husband.
Oh, jeez. Try to get through and accelerate, but they went wide because we accelerated. All right, we got a turn right here. Oh! Dude, that dog, man. They need to keep these dogs on, like, in the gate or have, like, an electric collar that has a perimeter. What the fuck? What is this? Okay, this has nothing to do with trying to learn outside of people watching. I like people watching.
Around here.
No. What the?
Challenging.
All right, here we go. Turning, planning our ride, locating hazardous situations. Turns and corners are hazardous situations. We went too fast in the corner, got very lucky. Very lucky we didn't go off-road. All right, so planning our ride right here. What are we gonna do? Wheelies? Are we the act? No, we're gonna do a burnout. See how we're losing traction on the rear tire? Okay, cool and all. But we're gonna just gain traction real quick and then dump it. No, we just never gained traction, just kind of dumped it. We lost all our traction, lost all our tread on our tires. High risk, high skill. If you want to do it, cool. Make sure you have protection for the motorcycle. Make sure you have protection for your body. As smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case we fall down and crash or whatever it is. It's going to mitigate a lot of our injuries, hopefully. All right. So he's recording on his phone. Pretty cool. All right. So we have any traffic left and the right. We're going to do a sharp right turn. Failed our friction and clutch control. Like I said, the Smart Rider drills. You practice that. Get good at it. Try to beat my time. My time's in here. I have QR codes on it, so you can scan it and watch me do it. Try to beat my time. I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do it. All right, that's how you lift it up. You put the side stand down, get behind it, and lift like you're deadlifting behind you. He wants to do the full. All right, here we go. Looks like Florida. Open lane pattern. Nope. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pass over. Watch out.
Manner, he decided.
If you don't know what open lane pattern is, make sure you get the book or watch more of my videos. I talk about it all the time. Slow-mo. Cut it pretty close. Guy's being a D-bag, but it is what it is. Don't worry about it. Just let them be in front, so if they do something stupid again, we can swerve away. But chasing them down is going to increase your speed, put you in a more hazardous situation. Douchebag. Little douche. Not a big deal. Side by side, easily get hit. Stay staggered with other cars. Stay staggered with other cars, guys. Don't be doing this, because now you're not paying attention to what's up ahead. You're just gonna keep doing this, huh? Just gonna keep doing this? Just stay away from them, okay? We have a bunch of traffic up ahead. Let's focus on the traffic. Let's get away. We did an open lane pattern. We switched to the open lane. Okay, so good example there. Stay away. Don't get in the middle. Oh, my adrenaline. All I did was see red. Oh my gosh, I'm ready to fight.
Strong now. Scared?
You scared? You got a big truck. You could easily run me off the road. You scared? Yeah, you want to fight? I can't control my emotions. I'm so angry all the time.
Roll it down.
Can't wait to go home and punch another hole in the wall of my apartment. Yeah. Dude, moving on. Jesus. Get out of here. Oh my gosh.
About 2 inches?
Dude, Jay, go away.
Here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm so scared. Look at my thong. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hit some ice. There it is. Okay, so at this point, yeah, you can put your feet down for like skids, roll off the throttle and just coast on it because yeah. All right, here we go. Pelly G, Billy J. Write in the comments if you have any tips for any of these things, because I'm just powering through them.
No chance to the biker.
Let's join the conversation here, everybody. Oh no, weren't paying attention. We got sideswiped. We hit something there. We dumped it. Hopefully no injuries to our radius ulna. We got some injuries to the left side. Hopefully not our leg. Good job having a great helmet. All right, what do we have here? This is the view now. Open lane pattern. They're going to switch lanes on us. Oh, they wanted to make a full right turn. Idiots. It happens, though. It happens. So that's why we have to swerve. We have 3 things we can do. Emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency acceleration. This is one of those emergency swerve situations. All right, cars can lane split. Not effectively, but they can. You can do anything you want. All right, what are you going to do, buddy? I mean, I guess. Wouldn't bother me. Whatever. You have it. You need it more. You probably take a dump. All right, I was cruising around the MT-09. He scared the crap out of me. He needs to take a dump now. 130, I'm assuming kilometers an hour. This is 80 miles per hour. He's going faster than 130. D-move. Don't pass people in the same lane. That's stupid. All right, lane filtering. This looks like New York. Yes, it's GG, New York City.
Situation perfect.
What's up, Harley Sportster Bro? Got cafe racer bars on there. It's not a clip-on, but
really lucky to come out of it.
got some straight bars.
Complications.
Yeah, cruising around. Yeah, big open lane, one-way road. Oh, had to lay her down. Oh, jeez. You had plenty of time to swerve. But when I said those 3 things, mercy brake, mercy swerve, mercy accelerate, he panic broke when you could have swerved. Now, why is he in that situation in the first place? He was accelerating really fast. He was going way faster than he should have been. So then he panicked when something happened. He put himself in that situation. Could have just been going normal speed like the rider that we're with our camera and just kind of went around. Flow of traffic. It's like a river. Traffic is like a river. Okay, so you're going with the flow of the river. Hey, there's a rock up ahead. What does the water do? Goes around it, goes around it, goes around it, around it. That's what you do on a bike. You're just kind of cruising with the flow, going around everything.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude has a dent on his head, dent on the front of his motorcycle. Thankfully, we have traffic, parking police. Wear some real gear.
You can't get it out of gear?
No, you're not gonna be able to do much with that. And it sucks because they don't make those Sportsters anymore. Poor little 883. Yeah, dude, that is you're done. Just go and lift it up like a bicycle and walk it.
Put your kickstand down. So you could
That needs to be towed. Or somebody, like a bunch of people need to get to the front end and lift it up and just walk it while it's in neutral. If it can be. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and merge into this heavy situation. Okay, so intersections are hazardous. Shouldn't have done that, but good job with the braking. Déconné. Hey, molto bella. Oh, almost hit that. Almost hit that.
On voit bien sur le côté comment c'est déchiré. Oh, lui, il a pas compris, lui.
Okay. Oh. Line of sight issue until we saw this. We can't back up.
Je peux pas reculer.
Can't Flintstone it. So
Je suis en moto.
he's probably telling him to like, hey, back up. But you can move, you can creep to the side. Okay, now there's a gap. Cool, escape path. Get out of there. Very good. Say thank you. I can't back up.
Pas vu. Je vous avais pas
It's
vu.
okay.
Je peux pas reculer en moto. Je peux pas. J'ai pas de
A
marche
French
arrière.
baguette.
Pardon. Oh, c'est bon. T'as 2 secondes.
Oh, now we have. unless they're not supposed to be going that way. That might be a one-way. All right, here we go. Intersection. Okay, watch out for anybody coming out. Pay attention. What are you doing? You gotta turn. Pay attention. You gotta turn.
Ok.
Scooter boy. All right. Is he gonna come into our lane? Slow down. Roll off the throttle. Roll off the throttle. 3 things we can do: emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate. As soon as that person started coming in, roll off the throttle and apply the brakes. Let them in.
That was gentle. I don't think anybody got too upset.
Oh, that's a freaky situation. You gotta be kind to them, or they're gonna pull out a knife. Creepy.
What is happening?
It looked like he was huffing some paint. All right.
Here we have an example showing that
Gore area, not a good spot to stop in. Not a good spot to stop in. Not a good stop. Nope. There it is. Don't stop there. yeah, just don't stop there. What is up? What is up, everybody? How you guys doing? Today's a Monday stream. We're doing a Monday stream today. So the reason why we're doing Monday instead of tomorrow is because I'll be out of town for a funeral on Thursday, starting Thursday. So I need the extra day to edit. So I'll be editing tomorrow versus streaming tomorrow. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? How you doing? So we're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. We have 2 new MotoStars videos, which is actually pretty interesting. Usually it's not going to be, usually they have like 1. So only 1 older video. So we're going to do 3 crash and close call videos. Appreciate that, Uber Schnitzel. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, and I'm trying out Kick. So how you doing, Social Battery? So yeah, how's everybody's week? We have the rock form recap of the week. I have it set up right now on the Smart Rider drills. So if you want to check that out, Smart Rider drills, $25 for 24 motorcycle drills in the parking lot. Let's take a look at what we had this week. So I gave some blood. That's cool. Hopefully none of you guys are going to need that after a motorcycle crash. Hopefully you guys are not going to need that. And then I had a safety team meeting for the church. So I taught a very brief, 15 to 20 minute AED class, automatic external defibrillator. So I was letting everybody know how to use the AED that's at the church and whatnot. And there's a few other things that we went over. Had some pizza. So we have some leftover Costco pizza today. So hopefully everyone's going to enjoy that. Yeah, and then today's the live stream, and then I'll be out of town this weekend. Yeah. That's pretty much it. How's everybody else's weekend? How'd it go for you guys? Let me know. There is going to be, let's take a look on the Smart Rider crew. That is our online motorcycle club that we have going on. There's going to be a live crew meetup on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you want to join the crew, you get access to the riding smart and Smart Rider drills after you hit level 3, which is just some communicate inside the crew. And when you get some likes, basically about 20 likes, you're gonna be able to get access to that. But it's $5 a month. Get access to me. I'm gonna go ahead and review your crashes and close calls. So if you have any, post your crashes and close calls inside the Smart Rider crew. I will be reviewing them for you so that you don't make them. Hopefully it's just a close call, not a crash. Hopefully you have a close call, and then I can go ahead and review it so that it doesn't turn into a crash later on. So make sure you guys check it out. It's only $5 a month or $99 a year, and you get full access to absolutely everything. So check that out. Once again, the store, have some fun on there. Grab some stuff if you need some of that stuff, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But today we're just going to be going over some crashes and close calls, hopefully trying to prevent them from ourselves. Did my radio show and replace the crossfader in someone else's mixer? For audio is always a weird thing. I'm always having to try to figure out how to get this audio going really well. So that one's a tough one, because at least with video you can see what's happening versus audio, you have to record it and then now hear it come back at you. At least with video I can see it happening in real time. How you guys doing over there? How you doing, Colin Clark? Harry, how you doing? Prodigal, how you doing? Elad, yeah, live stream on Monday. Tried changing the tire by hand over the weekend, but pinched the tube. That's something I never liked doing. I mean, I could do it on my old BMX bikes when I was a kid. I could do it on the e-bikes, but on a motorcycle, anybody here replace their motorcycle tires typically? Anybody do that? Good. Did a little enduro only. Fell 5 times. Nice, Uber Schnitzel. Only 5 times. That's not bad. At least it wasn't 6. We're also doing it a little bit early. Typically, we do 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Tuesdays. But today, it's Monday at 10. Monday at 10. Oh, let's go ahead and get the treadmill. Not treadmill. I just read my girlfriend's text message at the same time, and it distracted me. So when you guys text, that's why I don't read the chat, because you guys distract me when I'm trying to speak the plan method. I'm gonna go ahead and take the elevator. Go ahead and meet you guys in the classroom. All right, we got pizza today. Pizza today. Do your own tires. Oh, nice. Not riding it, but changing the tires on a Brompton is a swine. I take the wheel off myself and take it to the new tire put on, saves a few bucks. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I want to start riding pretty soon. It's been pretty cold. It's like 40 degrees out right now in Tucson. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I have some ideas, so just some quick updates. This is what I'll be sharing a little bit with the Smart Rider crew on Wednesday, is that I'm developing a complete Smart Rider system. So let me go ahead and get some of the notes out. So right now we have the Riding Smart and Smart Rider drills. So Riding Smart takes you from absolutely nothing. Go ahead and grab that stuff. Takes you from absolutely nothing to getting your license. So we're gonna go over. It goes over everything: how to even just operate the motorcycle, how to start riding on the road for the first time, getting to a parking lot to practice the motorcycle operator skills test. And then we have the Smart Rider drills, which is once you actually know how to ride a little bit, we start progressing and getting better and better at your motorcycle and how you ride, going from beginner to expert mode. So we have those two, okay? So those are those two. And let me go ahead and grab my notes. And I'm currently working on a motorcycle test prep kit, very specific to just, all you have to do is get that, and then you can practice for your motorcycle endorsement, and boom, you're done, right? Then we also have, and it's not in the store anymore because I haven't printed it off anymore, but as a Smart Rider crew member, you get access to it. It's the rescue booklet. So it's like how to rescue somebody after a crash. So it has everything in there about rescue. But what I'm working on right now, like I said, is the is the motorcycle test prep kit. Oh, also there's the how to buy a motorcycle, beginner's guide to choosing the right first bike, and basically how to go to a dealership and understand dealer fees and a few other things. So that's already on the store too. So what I'm really working on right now is a new series, maybe even a new book called Ride Along with Dan and the Fireman. It's a title and process, but basically real world motorcycle riding strategy. And that's what we're doing here, watching people crash and have close calls, but kind of go over like some of the good stuff. So what I'll be doing in that video series and that book series is that I will be riding in different environments. So like city traffic, highway, mountains, all that kind of stuff, and kind of pointing out exactly what it is that you should be focusing on so that you're not going to have these crashes and close calls. And once I get it all kind of situated, all of it kind of together, the whole idea with that is that now it's all one big system. So from zero, not knowing how to ride a motorcycle, to getting your license. So that's going to be Riding Smart with the motorcycle test prep kit. Practicing getting progressively better and better and better and better in a parking lot, and that's going to be the Smart Rider drills. How to rescue yourself or somebody after a motorcycle crash. That's important because that's one of the risks that we take, and that's going to be the rescue book. How to ride in different areas, in different situations. So it's not just parking lot in a neighborhood. That's something that the MSF doesn't teach, and that's going to be part of it. And how to buy your motorcycle. So that could be at the very beginning, whatever it is. But that's all going to be one big book. 3 modules, 3 extras. That's what I'm working on in 2026. I'm working on all that stuff. And so once it starts cooling off, or warming up, actually, once it starts warming up a little bit, I can start filming at least some of these different parts of the series. And then that's going to be like the major thing. And I'm going to try to reduce the price overall for everything so that anybody can start riding. So that's what I've been working on. That's kind of the update I'll be giving the Smart Rider crew on Wednesday. And the thing is, with the Smart Rider crew, you get access to all that stuff as it comes out. So once I get the video series out, boom, you get the course, because it takes a little bit longer to get the book out, but the video is usually done way before the book is finalized. So that's what the Smart Rider crew is going to be about. On top of, we're going to have weekly meetings, and I really want to have some monthly challenges. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Like, hey, let's see who can do 50 U-turns and stuff like that. Or kind of like a scavenger hunt type thing, where you go right up a mountain. It's like take a picture of yourself at the top of a mountain with your motorcycle, kind of like a little scavenger hunt type thing to get you going and help out each other to do it their first time. You know what I mean? So yeah, waiting enough to spring that I'm commuting in daylight before I commit to the bike. Don't want to be inexperienced in the dark. Yeah, that's risk reduction. Very good, dude. Try and wake up a little bit before we jump into it. That's why I like to chat and talk with you guys. I tried doing a a recording of a video late last week without doing it as a live stream, and it just wasn't as fun. It was not fun. I need you guys in the chat. I love reading your guys' stuff. I like chatting beforehand to get warmed up. Oh, yeah, you got commercials. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm doing the multi-stream. So it might have changed that. I don't want to have commercials for YouTubers. Because you get, especially if you're, because there's a lot of you that are members. Let's turn, yep, it's on. Let's go ahead and do, there, I put it on manual mode. It was on automatic mode. So no more. There's no more. No more ads. No more ads for YouTube. I don't know what they do on Twitch or where else am I? Kick. Try and Kick. I might try Rumble instead of Kick. Who knows? But there should not be any more ads from now on for YouTubers. So thank you guys for being here. But yeah, check out the store. Check out the Smart Rider crew. Yeah, no more on YouTube. You won't have any more on YouTube. And that's one of the things that I like and don't like about the multi-stream is that, one, I can multi-stream to, obviously, to other platforms because not everybody's on YouTube. But when I was just streaming purely on YouTube, I had the stream settings at ultra low latency. So when I would speak, you guys would hear it almost instantly. And that way you guys can chat almost instantly. But right now, I mean, it automatically defaults it to normal latency. I wonder if there's a way to fix that. I'll have to look into that. There might be a way to fix that. Yeah, there probably is. There probably is. I can't change it right now. I can't change it right now because I started the stream already. But it looks like there was an option to make it to, okay, I might have to fix that next. I'll have to fix that for the next live stream. Because I like it when it's just like super quick. Because it's a 20-second delay. Yeah. So when I ask like, hey, where is this at? You guys hear it way later. So it makes it a little bit harder. So I can't take the bike to college. I have to take a drawing board every day, and I just sitting on the bike. Oh no. Why do you have to take a drawing board? See, now there's a 20-second delay from that. Colin, sorry about that. Good evening from Greece. In my country, private schools for safe motorcycle driving have been established, and I'm thinking of taking yes, take it. Take the training. As much as like I teach here, this is a lot of road strategy stuff, so that's going to help you out. A lot of, at least in the United States, the private schools or like the MSF and all that kind of stuff, they teach you how to ride. So think about this. Like, this is one of the problems that I had with motorcycle training is that just imagine, like, you ever go to like one of those fun factory places or like whatever, and they have go-karts. And so it's like you kind of have an idea of and it's a closed course. So you kind of have an idea of like what you should be doing, and it's a closed circuit. But what they teach you at the beginning is like, okay, here's the throttle, here's this, here's the brake, here's the gas, here's how do you turn, blah, blah. They give you like a very brief rundown of how to operate it. That's what the MSF does. They're like, hey, you know, I think the first 8, basically the first day is like, here's how to operate the motorcycle, at least the first 3 hours, 3-4 hours. So here's how you operate the motorcycle. Here's this, here's this, here's this. And then you finally get into riding. It takes you a while to get into riding. And then they barely even, you know, you stay in the parking lot. And it's like, we're doing U-turns, figure 8s. We're doing tight turns. We're doing swerves and braking. And it's like 2 days of just learning the very minimum basics. And then they're like, hey, you got your endorsement. You know, if you pass the class, they're like, here, take this to the DMV. You get your license. And that's it. There's no training on the road. There's no, like, here's what to, I mean, there's some of the class stuff. They try to go over it in PowerPoint. It's kind of like what we're doing here a little bit. It's like, here you go. That's it. Here's what you should look for. And this is why I spend so much time. We spend about 3 hours on a live stream, roughly 2.5 hours on a live stream, trying to really diagnose and spend more time on that. That's why I have, you know, this book right here. And this is basically like an MSF alternative. It teaches you how to ride, like all that stuff that the MSF, motorcycle controls and startup procedures, like how to actually, you know, go up and down the street, your street that you're on, do figure 8s, U-turns, all that other stuff. And then I do take you out on the road. I do take you out on the road and into a parking lot to practice that test. And that's why I want to work on the ride along series where it's like I actually take you out on the road and show you what to look for. There's only one chapter, chapter 7 in here, that from the neighborhood to the parking lot, where I'm able to show you that kind of stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm that's what I'm working on. So once I have the Smart Rider system, it's going to be just a full package of like absolutely nothing to way more than what the MSF does. So it's going to be what the MSF does and then more. And it's going to be hopefully it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's not hopefully, it's going to be a lot cheaper, and you can do it on your own at your own pace with videos of me demonstrating everything so you understand what to do. And that's the whole point of it. And we can just keep making some great videos. We have the bike safe program, which is about half a day in the classroom and then half day on the road. That's a good that's a good program. That's awesome. One of the things that I wanted to set up, and we're going to jump into these videos pretty soon, but one of the things that so right there, the bike safe, great program, great hands-on. You're out on the road with law enforcement, motor officers, all that stuff. But you really, like, one person to one person, right? I can spend half a day with one person. That means I'm teaching one person. And that's great because you get that one person gets amazing one-on-one training or whatever, maybe 1-on-2 or 1-on-3 training. Great training. It's going to be hard to do a group ride and teach everybody in the group with that kind of stuff. So one of the constraints that I did for myself, because I keep getting pulled to like, I'm in Tucson, so I'm getting pulled to like, hey, let's see if I can grab a couple people at a time on a weekend and train these people. And it's like, okay, I'm only helping like 2 or 3. And this is the constraint that I had as a firefighter. It's like I only helped the people on the fire calls. And so I would help like 10, 20 people, maybe a shift. And that's great. But right now we have 56 people in class on the YouTube right now. 56 people, 58 people across. And we only got 2 other people on the other stuff. But 55 people I'm able to help out at once. So the constraint that I gave myself is like, how can I train and teach and show the most amount of people at once? And that's the great thing about YouTube. That's the great thing about providing books. That's the great thing about providing actual like free education like this, because you're watching it live free. And so that's the constraint I told myself. So it's like, no, I'm not going to go out on a weekend and teach 1 or 2 people. That'd be great. Maybe I can make a video of it and that would still help out because I'm going to promote everything here. But it's like, how can I help the most people across the world without having to travel across the world? And over the course of 10 years of traveling, maybe I've helped 1,000 people, or I can spend 10 years and help 1 million people. So I put myself in that constraint, and it's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So the books and the videos have to have that constraint in mind. And so I'm trying to make this extremely accessible. So like right here, that was the idea behind this book too. So right here, this book, Riding Smart, the Complete Motorcycle Training System for Beginners. It teaches you from absolutely nothing to getting your license. But here's the thing. It's like, here's chapter 1, right? On the bottom, there's a QR code. And that QR code makes it to where you can see a video of me talking about this whole thing. So you can not only follow along by reading and getting good pictures and whatnot, and I give you bonus videos. So like you get this book and every chapter has a QR code. So every chapter shows me doing and demonstrating everything I'm talking about in here. This is riding in the neighborhood for the very first time, practicing the plan method, practicing emergency swerving, acceleration, building some confidence. Here's the plan method in neighborhood, QR code. So it's like, okay, so if somebody gets this book, they get 9+ videos, because you get a bunch of extras, 9+ videos of how to do it. So if you get stuck, you can watch me do it. And as I explain it in the videos, I have to explain it in a way that is easy for someone to understand without having an instructor next to them. So that's the constraint I put myself in. And it's a great creative exercise. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm trying to build out the Smart Rider system so you have everything possible. Because not everybody has access to a course. Not everybody has the financial means to do a course. And some people have to travel to do a course, and now they have to get a hotel. Yeah, so like I want to make it easy. I want to get the books, everything you need. So right now we have 3 books. I want to get everything you need to start and get better and better and better, and plus have these live streams to keep you having this continuing education. So I love seeing all the same names in here: Prodigal Stranger, Josh, how you doing? Colin, a lot of the same people in here because you guys are getting continuing education when it comes to this, reminders of what to be looking out for. Plus, it's just fun to hang out, and that's part of why I want the Smart Rider crew to really blow up in terms of like membership. Recently bought the Smart Rider drills. Awesome. Actually, somebody from Australia bought some, so I'm shipping that out today. I got a bunch of stuff I'm shipping out today, so if you want to order anything, grab it during the live stream. And the digital stuff is an instant download. But if you want to get the physical book, I'm shipping them out today. Only at some dealerships when I bought mine, I didn't have a license. Yeah, I didn't have a license when I bought my first bike. And that's kind of why I've developed this, is because I bought my bike. My first motorcycle is a Harley 2012 Harley Nightster 1200. I bought it, no endorsement, never ridden a motorcycle, bought it at the dealership, had it delivered to my house. And that night, I was just going up and down the street practicing friction zone, throttle control, turning, U-turns. First time ever riding a motorcycle. Self-taught. I didn't take an MSF course until like 2019. So from November 2011 to 2019, I've already had like 30 to 40,000 miles on my bike, cross state lines. Like I traveled, just did a bunch of stuff, motorcycle camping, all that stuff. Never took a course. I mean, I got my endorsement. I practiced myself, and then I went and got my permit, my endorsement, all that stuff on my own. But I never took a course until like 20. It was sooner. It was earlier than that because I took some advanced classes. I think I took total control. But yeah, the MSF BRC1 I didn't take until like 2019, and I wanted to see what it was all about. And then I became an MSF rider coach after that. But that was the idea. That was So that's why I developed this. This is like my knowledge, how I learned, with some extras of like what I did, what I've learned over the years. And then the Smart Rider drill, same thing. I wanted something fun in a parking lot, kind of like Moto Gymkhana, the motorcycle cop rodeos. It's pretty fun. Plenty of dealers will cover the MSF class you buy without the. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that. Back when I did it, they didn't. That's the thing, is in Yuma where I bought my motorcycle. There's no MSF in Yuma at the time. So like I couldn't even take a course if I wanted to, unless I had traveled out of city. Yeah, any courses you can do is very important. Very important. The more you learn, the better. I rode a year without one. I was very stupid. I only ridden 2 bikes before, and I took mine home in rush hour. Oh, geez, Colin. Snow plows have not touched. Oh, no. In Russia, if you show up to a motorcycle course without knowledge how to ride, they might be pretty surprised, as most of the riders purchase bikes without license to ride quite long. Yeah, and that's as an MSF rider coach, there was a lot of people that showed up to the class that were like older than I was, been riding longer than pretty much I've been alive, never got their endorsement. And the reason why they were in the class is because they got pulled over and got a ticket for not having their endorsement, and like the deferment. You know how if you get like, you can take like a defensive driving class or whatnot for a car. They had to take an MSF course so that their ticket would be waived and they wouldn't get points on their license. So they showed up to class without an endorsement and riding longer than I've been alive, and were only there because they got pulled over or whatever. But they were riding fine. They just like handled the course. And some people actually were riding pretty terribly. They've been riding longer than I have, and they were not doing well. It was kind of a weird situation. How you doing, Hog Rider? You in here? There you go. The Monday class. So tomorrow is normally the live stream, right? But I'm live streaming today and earlier because I will be out of town Thursday. My girlfriend has an uncle that passed away, and now it's the funeral. He passed away earlier this month, and now we're having the funeral. They had to do like a bunch of stuff, like an autopsy and whatnot. Trying to figure out why and how. And so I'll be out of town Thursday, and I won't be coming back till like Sunday. So I needed this extra day for editing. So you guys have videos this week. So that's why. But we still have Hog Rider so we still have the Smart Rider crew meetup on Wednesday at 3 p.m. So we're gonna do I'm gonna do a live stream. We're gonna chat in the live stream and get to know each other. It's our first Smart Rider Crew meetup. So if you're not a Smart Rider Crew member, please check it out. There's a link in the description, link at the top of the chat in or on YouTube. Join up. You get access to a whole bunch of stuff. You know, in fact, let's just go ahead and do this. Here's the Smart Rider Crew. So we have a bunch of people in here chatting. Lots of people in here chatting. So you create your own post and introduce yourself. You can have your own crashes and close calls. I think Motogaga might have actually erased it, but you can post your own crash and close calls. Any of your writing questions, I'm in there all the time. Introduce yourself. There's Elad right here. I need to write a comment, Elad. I know that you're in there. Love that you're in there. But we have 241 members. A lot of them are free because I invited a whole bunch of people, but it's $5 a month. So $5 a month, you get access to everything. You can either guess your way into skill or train with people who actually want to improve. So join all the courses and get feedback, accountability, and real progress. And if you have close calls, please post them. I will review them before they become crashes in your future. So you can learn how to ride. First time, this is part of the book. You get your crash reviews. You got some great reviews already. Here's part of the Smart Rider drills, and here's the list basically. So I said $99 a year, but it's $49. So I changed. So the people that signed up for $99 a year, it should only update for $49 for you. But instant access to all the courses. If you do the premium standard, you get access to the chat, weekly live chats, and you get access to the courses at level 3. And what is level 3? This is what it is. I'm level 5. Level 3, let's go over here, is just 20 points. Now, what does that mean, 20 points? You make a post, you get 20 likes, you're level 3. So if you're in the chat, make a post, introduce yourself, write whatever you want. You get some likes, you become level 3. Right now, we only have 4% of members as level 3. If I click that, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's do this. Only 1% of members are level 1. I think that's me. Guys, start commenting, chatting, join up. It's awesome. I love seeing everybody in here, and I'm very active. So if I click this and it shows, I wasn't active over the weekend. I'm trying to make it to where weekends I'm hanging out with family and whatnot, or just relaxing. But this shows that I'm active all the time. I haven't posted anything today, but I'm active every single day outside of this last weekend since it started. So check it out. Good to have you guys in there. Colin, you need to study. You need to study. I know, Elad. I know. But we're going to get started. How's everybody doing? I see some people on Twitch. I think we got one bot probably on Kick. Might have to switch it out for Facebook. You know, in fact, we're going to do that. We're going to just switch it out. Boom. Boom. There we go. There's 2 of us level 4s, and that's because you guys are chatting. You guys are chatting. Let's take a look. Let's see. Where's he hasn't. This is such a new video. It hasn't shown like where the big ones are. Oh, not showing any of them. Let's go ahead and refresh. Maybe. Let's take a look. No, YouTube makes it to where you can see like where the biggest moments are. Let's take a look at this one real quick. How you doing, Joe Bell? Oh, impacted from the rear.
What the
Why am I stopping at a red light? He's got Christmas lights on his bike. That's kind of cool. I want to take a look at this. That's the one I wanted to look at. So I made a comment. So somebody... So this is interesting. This is an interesting one. This was posted on Instagram, and I made a comment on Instagram. And I said progressive braking. Like, that's all I said. And there was a ton of people in the chat saying this was a strategic dump of his bike. A strategic dump of the bike. Okay? Think about that. Strategic dump of the bike. People were saying, yeah, it was there was like, hey, it's a strategic dump of the bike. It's much better he did that instead of T-boning, right? I didn't say anything after that. I just was reading the comments. I was like, this is interesting how people think and perceive, right? People were saying that was on purpose. I've taken a few strategic dumps in my day. So have I. Yeah, I had to lay her down, right? So I'm glad that it's on this MotoStars video, because I want you guys to write in the chat. Write in the chat what you think we could have done. I'm going to play the video. It's a 20-second delay. That sucks on YouTube. I'm going to change it to where it's instant. Write in the chat, and it could be like a sentence or two, what you think you could have done. I'm going to hit play and just let you guys watch. Hit a big stone. Oh, hit a big stone. What? MotoStars? What? Where's the stone? Let's take a look. Let's see if there is a stone. Who knows? Maybe MotoStars messed up with the annotation. Like, what do you think he could have done? Not should have. We don't like the word should, because that means that we're judging people. But it's more of like, what could we have done differently? That's part of the after action review, right? Let's go back just a little bit. So you can see the hand. Look at the hand. He smashed that front brake. Yeah, he smashed the front brake. What could we have done? All right? So slowed and swerved, slowed down, mercy braking is swerving. Not speeding for one, brake then swerve, slow down and speed as we're in town. Brake and swerve, hey, again, how you doing? He squeezed too hard, the only thing to do is progressive brake and mercy swerve left. So, like, you guys have watched this channel. I love having you guys in here. Guys, grab yourself a slice of pizza. Enjoy yourselves. We're getting started. We're getting started here. We're going over some of these things. So, when I made I wonder if I can find it. I'm gonna find it. We're not starting yet. I get too many notifications. Way too many notifications. Let's see. Comments. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I'm on Instagram. So you guys want to check me out on the Instagrams. Oh, man. I got too many notifications. It won't show. It won't show past yesterday. Damn. Let's see. Maybe. I'm going to try to find it, guys. Like, while you guys are chatting. Damn, that reminds me that I have food in the oven. Yeah, don't burn your house down. That would suck. Damn, where is it? Oh, I really want to find it. So I can read you guys some of the comments. I want to see it. Use my Rockform mount. Grab a Rockform phone case and mount in the description. There you go, 20% off. That's probably the last time I'm going to say that today. I'll say it. I'll mention it every now and then, but damn, where is it? I'm not going to spend too much more time on this. Let's see. Come on. Damn, no. All right. I'm not going to spend more time on that. So what I wanted, so here's what I would do. You guys are all right? This is what I wanted to write out, but I don't like writing things out. I'd rather speak it. I'd rather make a video about it. So part of what we do here is the plan method, right? And we're going to go over this video when I hit the record button. But position for safety, right? So it's speeding. Alrighty, not a good idea. It is what it is. Locating hazardous situations, intersections and corners are hazardous for motorcycle riders. Assessing relevant threats. Right now we can't see much. There's a line of sight problem with that bridge. We don't know if there's any active threats. So we get up to here, right? Let's do fast motion because that's what they see. Okay, boom. That's when we located, right? So we know that it's a hazardous situation. We're prepped and ready, right? We assess any relevant threats. Yes, this is a relevant threat. Now, if you notice, it's a green light for us. So that car ran a red light. That's why we know that intersections are hazardous situations. So it's green for us. We're not anticipating somebody doing this, but I'm always going into intersections like something could happen, so I'm covering the brakes, trying to find my escape routes. So navigating actor threats, we have 3 things we can do, right? Not layer down is one of them. We can accelerate, swerve, or brake. Simple as that. Emergency versions, right? There is no rock. It's weird why you put it in there. So what I said was progressive braking in the comments for this video or for this Instagram reel, right? So the reason why I say progressive braking is that we notice that this car is going through the red light. So we do progressive braking. Now, it's not to stop. We're not going to be able to stop in time because we know our motorcycle, we know our total stopping distance. We're not going to be able to stop in time. The whole point of the progressive braking is to slow down enough to allow the vehicle to get through the intersection or at least out of our path of travel, which is going to be our lane, right? We're trying to slow down. We're trying to slow down. This is us. So we're going through. This is the car. This is it. So it's coming here. We're coming up. This is what would happen if we just kept going, right? The whole point is to slow down, and then we can go behind the vehicle. We're trying not to intersect with the vehicle. So that's why I said progressive braking. Now, what else could we do? Progressive braking, and let's say that vehicle is not going to be out of our path of travel, where we're going to clip the very back of it. We swerve left. So we slow down to allow ourselves some time and possibly miss the vehicle completely. And if we're not going to be able to, we swerve left. That's what I'm trying to get at. But everyone's saying this was a strategic dumping of the bike so he wouldn't have crashed into the vehicle. Maybe I should save this for the live or the recording. I'll go over this again, but this is for those of you that are probably going to leave halfway through. So grab a slice of pizza before you leave. The whole point is there is no strategy that involves we're going to crash ourselves first. We should not be having that in our toolkit. The toolkit that we should have is slow down, swerve, or accelerate. That's it. So we should be slowing down to allow that vehicle to get further and then swerve if we have to. But what he did was slam the front brake and calls it a strategic layer down or dumping the bike. That's not a strategy. Crashing should not be a strategy of yours. The vehicle, let's go look. The bike hits the car, right? Did we slow down at all? Like, we slammed the brakes, right? Did we slow down, though? There was no slowing down when we slammed the brakes. So if we just slowed down and did progressive braking, we would have missed that vehicle completely and stayed on top of our bike and never crashed. You see what I mean? So this whole idea of having to layer down just doesn't make sense to me. Why is that a strategy? Why is crashing a strategy? I think I'll spend a little time on that video and I'll make it its own video when I do the edits. Using a vault toilet is a strategic dump. All right, guys. People who strategically dumps their bikes should strategically not ride a motorcycle. Yeah. There's only a few skills that you need to know. 3 things. 3 things. 3 actionable things. Swerve, accelerate, or brake. That's it. Now, how do you know which one to do? You start to locate situations. First you put yourself in a position for safety. You locate situations. You assess any relevant threats, and you navigate with those 3 things on what the threat is. You have to pay attention. Yeah. Crash is not a strategy. It's panic. Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to hit that record button. We're going to go over this video. So 74 of you in class today. 41 of you have liked the live stream. If you don't like the live stream, you don't get a slice of pizza. So hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes by the end of this video so you can grab yourself a slice of pizza. If you see anybody new in the chat, every now and then, guys, write down in the chat, make sure you hit the like button or you don't get a slice of pizza. Became a member. How you doing, Render Guy? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the crew. You got a nice little mustache. All right, guys. Let's start it. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. We have a Moto Stars video. Let's take a look. All right, so we're riding, of course. There's an intersection coming up. You saw the sign. We have a turn coming up, so hazardous situation. Corners, intersections. Oh. Found escape, find escape, find escape. There. Ooh. Hey. Whoa. That, I consider this a success when it comes to avoiding obstacles. But not a success when it comes to locating hazardous situations. So we have an intersection come up. There's signs, guys. Pay attention to the signs. So we're going to be going over the plan method here. So first position for safety. Speeding is not putting yourself in a position for safety. You can do the speed limit. Just do the speed limit. It's very easy. It tells you what you need to do. Locating hazardous situations. We have an intersection coming up. Intersections and corners are hazardous situations. That's where most motorcycle riders crash. So that is what I pay attention to the most when I'm riding. Intersections and corners. And there's a lot of them. So I'm paying attention all the time. Kind of weird, huh? Assessing relevant threats. We're going to come up to that. Okay? We're going to come up to that.
Cause of trouble was clearly speed.
We have a corner right here. Is it a relevant threat? It can be if we're going too fast. Okay? So how do we navigate that? Roll off the throttle a little bit. Maybe apply a little bit of the brakes. Okay? 3 things we can do. Swerve, brake, accelerate. Those are 3 things we can do in emergencies.
In this situation,
or even on a bike.
Lucky to get away safely.
So right here, we see the intersection coming up. We see a car. Our escape path is, what do? Our buddy's not paying attention either. He swerves to the right. We're trying to follow him. We're kind of in a bad spot. What is the car going to do? Probably turning right because they're in the right lane. So we decided right here, we're navigating. I'm going down the whole thing here. Navigating an active threat. We are an active threat too because we're speeding, so we need to be shaving off some of that speed, but we have that car as an active threat. So he decided to swerve. Good. Typically, we see people honking the horn or doing rev bombs. Not a good idea. 77 miles per hour. Yeah, it's insane at this speed for this situation. So he decides to swerve. Good. Handled it, right? He's going to do fine. Okay, swerve. We are no longer, that car is no longer an active threat, because we're not going into that path. But what's past the car? A new active threat. So the plan method keeps rotating. What's the next hazardous situation? Oh, crap. What's the next relevant threat? That grass and that wall or the fence. So we have to now navigate even more. Thankfully, the navigation is more left. So we're going to swerve left more. But we're kind of in a bad spot because our speed is making it harder for us to swerve. There's the impact. Thankfully, he didn't dump the bike there and hits this. So very lucky. Very, very lucky he didn't do much there. Could have messed him up bad. So now we're past this active threat of that fence. Now we have a new active threat. We have the tree. So he swerves right. And we have an escape of this dirt road. So he's very lucky that this is all set up in this way, okay? It could be a lot worse where this was just a big wall, no road. So extremely lucky. I want to see if his buddy actually crashed. Let's see. Where's his buddy going? Yeah, his buddy's very lucky. Everyone's just very lucky in this situation. How do we get in this situation in the first place? Going way too fast. Way too fast. Did not see the intersection. It's a red light. Very lucky no traffic was going. Didn't see the intersection. Why did we not see the intersection?
Everyone, today we start.
I don't understand how we did not see the intersection. You see how planning our ride is more important than the skills? The skills might work if we have a lucky situation. It won't work if we're unlucky. I'm not going to put my safety and my health in luck. Don't do this.
Whose main cause of trouble was clearly speed. In this situation, he was very lucky to get away safely.
Very lucky. You can't live on luck. That's true. That is a cemetery. He could have ended up in there. All right, 128, 130 miles per hour. Okay. We're going to have speed wobbles. There it is. There it is. Sitting back, gripping the tank, hoping the bike stays upright, trying to balance it as best he possibly can. Once it slowed down, it looks like it says 70, maybe 80 miles per hour. So it went from 130 to 80. So it dropped 50 miles per hour and restabilized. Guys, this is why you should not be speeding as much like this. You hit a small little bump. You can't see much at night. You can't see if there's going to be like a messed up pothole on the highway. You can't see nothing. You hit it, boom, speed wobbles. Very lucky it caught the traction and it didn't just dump the bike. All right, right here. It's a red light. We're going to go ahead and stop and look both ways and get impacted by the car that's not paying attention. So that sucks. Can't do much there. So as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment. And this was one of my brother's very first car accidents. He's had a couple where he was actually the car driver hitting the car in front of him at a red light, turning right. And the whole thing was, and he explained it. And so we all learned from each other, right? He explained that why he rear-ended that vehicle is because when he's pulling up to the red light, he's looking left to see if there's any traffic coming so he can go through the red light. He was young. He was a teenager at the time. So he's looking left and he's still moving forward to now go where he wanted to go. But the car in front of him stopped because it was a red light. And so he was just keep going while looking left. So more than likely, that's what this car was doing, was looking left and kept going. Guys, we do that sometimes. We don't pay attention. So the whole point of this accident is instead of looking left and keep traveling, look forward, stop, look left, and then go when it's clear. There might be something in front of you. You got to look where you're going. If you're traveling forward, look forward. All right. Oh, had to layer down. The bike hit the car. All right, let's go over this one. This one's actually pretty important. Hit a big stone with 100 kilometers per hour. I don't think Motostars, this is the annotation for it. I don't see a big stone anywhere. I don't think we're going 100 kilometers an hour. That's what, 62? I don't think we're going 62. Let's go back just a little bit. Okay, green light. Shows that it's a green light for us. Okay. Let's go back just a little bit. We're in its full speed. All right, we're coming up to the intersection. Once again, intersections or hazard situations, we'll be paying attention. It's a green light for us. We're kind of, hey, it's fine. Everything's perfectly fine, but we still need to locate and assess, and if there is something, navigate. And this was on Instagram. I made a comment saying progressive braking. Everyone in the comments, it was pretty interesting, and hopefully you guys write in the comment section here. They said this was a strategic dumping of the bike so he wouldn't T-bone the car. Like, that is a solution. I'm going to crash myself so the crash itself won't be bad. That is not a solution. There's three things we can do: emergency progressive braking, emergency swerving, or emergency acceleration. Same thing when we're riding normally. We can accelerate, we can turn, we can brake. Those are the three things we can do in an emergency situation. They become emergency maneuvers, and you must do them quicker. Turning, it could be turning on an intersection, it could be turning from a lane change, it could be accelerating from stop to going the speed limit. Braking could be coming up to an intersection that's a red light, we slow down slowly. Those are the normals. The emergency version is to do it quicker and quicker and quicker, and that's why we practice in a parking lot. You can practice a lot of stuff with the Smart Rider drills. Make sure you check it out. 24 motorcycle drills, QR codes. There's a download that you automatically get so you can have it on your phone and practice. But this is the emergency strategic layer down. No, I put progressive braking as a comment, and I got kind of crapped on for that. So what I mean by that, so I'm going to explain a little bit more, is that we're coming up to here. It's a green light for us. We're covering the brakes because we understand it's a hazardous situation, intersection corners. So I'm covering the brakes. I'm preparing for an escape route. I'm preparing to do my emergency braking if I need to. I'm preparing to do emergency acceleration if I need to. I'm getting ready for those three things that I need to do just in case. I don't know if there's any relevant threats yet. We come up to here, boom. As soon as I see it, he sees it. He sees it. That's why the camera moved. He sees that, hey, there's a vehicle not stopping. It looks like it's going pretty fast. It's green for me. It must be red for them. They're going to run the red light. Now it becomes an active threat. This is when those three things pop in. I'm covering the brakes. That's going to be one of the simplest things to start. So what I want to do, and this is why I made the comment, progressive braking. We're not going to stop in time because our total stopping distance is not enough. We need more total stopping distance. We need more room to actually come to a complete stop at this speed. The whole point is to slow down enough so that car can make it through the intersection and we somehow get behind them. That's the goal. That's my initial goal. I'm going to slow down so then they keep going and then I go behind them. So we're not going to intersect at the same time. That's my goal right here. So I'm going to apply progressive braking right now. And if I'm still going to clip the back end of the vehicle. That's when I change up my strategy from progressive braking to now mercy swerving. I'm going to swerve left where the vehicle is no longer going to be because the vehicle is going to keep traveling from left to right. So I don't want to swerve right because I'm going to go and hit the vehicle. I'm going to slow down as much as I can here, hoping I'm not going to have to do anything other than slowing down so the vehicle can leave. And if it's not going to be enough, I'm going to swerve left. That's what I'm going to do. That's why I put in the comments. So strategic dumping of the bike and having to layer down, get that out of your training. Get that out of your mindset. I'm going to lay it down so I don't hit the vehicle. You're going to crash so you don't hit a vehicle. That might work in some situations, but here, no. And when I say some situations, like I'm going to lay it down before I go off a cliff. Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't be going fast. Maybe you shouldn't have been doing that. Maybe you should practice your skills. But if you're in that situation, okay, whatever. Not what I recommend. But here, definitely slow down and then swerve if you need to. So we get up to here, dumps the bike before the intersection, slams the front brake. You can see right here where his hand is on the brake. Squeezing super hard. He's going to let it go because he's starting to fall off. Okay, so he fell off. There's the dump on the bike. He's got full gear, so that's good. That's a good thing. The bike is going to hit the vehicle. There it is. And he's going to miss the vehicle. Now, when you slam the brakes and you fall down, you don't slow down. You just keep going at the same speed, but now you're on the ground sliding at the same speed and slowly down. If you did progressive brake pressure, he might have been right here or even a little bit further back and not hit the vehicle. You see how laying it down is not the solution? Applying progressive brake pressure and then maybe swerving out of the way at the last second or whatever you can just for that little bit that you might need. So this was a panic. Now, why do we panic? Write in the comments why you think we panic. I'm going to say it right here. We panic because we get surprised. We come up and we're speeding or whatever, and all of a sudden you see a cop car, you panic by slamming the brakes. All of a sudden, like something comes out at us, and we're like, oh crap, we panic. This is where training kicks in. Training, you're always going to have a panic moment. You're always going to be like, oh crap. You're going to have that oh crap moment. But then your training, if you've been training, is going to now kick in of what I should be doing. If you don't do training, you're going to stay in this oh crap panic moment, and you're going to do something that is like your body's naturally going to think it needs to do, slam the brake. If you train, you're going to have the oh crap panic. Oh, training, progressive braking, brake. That's what kicks in. You need to build that muscle memory. You need to build the muscle memory of training, and that's what I've designed these books right here. So check it out in the store. How to zero to license rider right here. It teaches you all this stuff so you can practice. And this right here is going to teach you a ton of slow speed maneuvers, ton of different things so that you understand you don't panic. The whole point is that when you get into this mode, you don't panic forever and then you lay it down. You panic for that split second, then you get into your training again. So that's why it's so important that you train. Strategic laying it down. All right, here we go. Group ride. Oh! Once again, we're coming up to a stop.
That when riding in a group,
Somebody panicked, slammed the brakes. It actually locked up the front tire, went up and over. Practice your slow speed maneuvers. Why are we getting panicky? All right, we're coming to a corner. This is going to be a hazardous situation because we don't know what's around this corner. What are we doing? Was this another layer down? Is this a layer down episode? We're back to when I had just gotten back on my bike after not riding for 3 months. Practice your skills in a parking lot so you understand what to do. So you get rewarmed, rehearse your skills, refresh them. So what do you do right here? It's kind of a panic. So we're coming up to here. We're in the far left lane because we're going to use all of the road for the cornering. Stay in your lane. Okay, now we're in our lane. Very good. We're coming up to here, and we forgot how to turn. We went off road. Just chill, relax. But we panicked probably and had to go off road. All right, riding through the mountains. Corners are hazardous situations. We should not be going too fast for the corners. We're dumping the bike. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. This was an easy corner that we could have done. Very good on him for crawling out of the way, though. So when it comes to a crash, remain calm, ensure your own safety. So he's ensuring his own safety by trying to get off the road. Very, very lucky. Very good. So what happened here, everybody? We're probably trying to keep up with our friend. He's going pretty fast around the corners. Maybe has a little bit more experience with these corners. We don't have that same experience. So if we're going the same speed, let's say it's 50 miles per hour. We're just picking a speed. Our buddy up ahead can make this corner easy at 50. It's harder for us to make this corner at 50. So what can we be doing differently? He takes it at 50 because it's easy for him. Perfectly fine. We might have to go down to 45. We might have to go down to 40 so that it becomes easy for us. And then we might have to catch up to him on a straightaway. But then slow down before a corner because now we have to do the same thing. It's 50 for him, it's easy. 40 for us, it's easy. This is where communication with each other is very important. Understanding the skill level of your group ride and your buddy is very important. Hopefully he understands that, hey, my buddy behind me can't keep up with me. So we're either going to talk about it beforehand and say, hey, I'm going to take these. Don't try to take it as fast as I do. I will wait for you at the destination that we're coming up. Just enjoy the ride. Okay, just enjoy the ride. Or the guy in front can say, hey, I'm going to start taking it at 40. It's going to be way too easy for me. It's not going to be whatever. But that means we can stay together and just do 40 on these turns. But how do you communicate all that stuff? Guys, this is why I always recommend having a Bluetooth system. Cardo Pack Talk Edge, link in the description for 10% off. Talk to each other. Just talk to each other. Or don't have the system and talk to each other before the ride. This is where the whole idea of ride your own ride. But you can work with your friends to ride at the same speed or agree that we ride our own ride. Okay? So right here, we're coming up. Let's see. Intersection, hazardous area, any vehicles, don't know.
Crossing a solid line and not checking properly.
Okay, we see a bunch of cars stacked up, so we have to start slowing down. That's one of the 3 things, is braking. Oh! Now, there's not much she could have done other than wearing actual motorcycle protective gear. Okay, that's not a good situation. Let's take a look at what actually happened here. So remember what I was saying? Intersections are hazardous, right? Intersections are hazardous. So once again, part of being a smart rider, this is part of the smart rider system, is acquiring and using personal protective equipment in case something bad happens that you don't have much time to react to. And so if you do crash and you hit your shoulder, we're going to see her hit her shoulder, hit her knee, hit her back, hit her legs, and all that stuff. In motorcycle protective gear, you have some armor that will hopefully mitigate some of the injuries. So if she hit, let's just say she hit her left knee on the ground and it shattered her patella. Okay, that little kneecap in front of your knee, right? She shattered it because she had no gear. Now let's say she has gear and same accident, same everything. She hits her left knee. It doesn't shatter the patella. It maybe has a hairline fracture on the patella. Still not good, but it's way better than a shattering. And that's what motorcycle gear will do. It will just mitigate some of it, so it's not as extreme. And so instead of a shattering where she can't walk for a very long time, has to get massive surgeries, maybe it's just some rehab. It sucks. It is what it is. It's the risk we take when we're riding motorcycles. Wasn't going fast. Stupid truck decided to come out of the way. So at this point, when it comes to assessing relevant threats, that's a relevant threat because that nose is pointed towards my lane. It's an active threat now. And if we're not speeding into intersections, this is where good progressive braking might have helped out. Or I'm just going to take this left turn because I'm not going fast. I can make the turn. I'm going to just take this left turn. I'm going to get ahead of the vehicle and then emergency accelerate out of it so I don't get rear-ended. See how there's multiple things we can do? She tried. There's a little bit of a swerve. Maybe that's where the impact is and pushed her bike, but it is what it is. Right hand smashed. Motorcycle gloves. Right elbow smashed. Motorcycle jacket. There's the impact up and over, so left leg, or I'm sorry, right leg, motorcycle pants. Let's go here. There's the right shoulder that hit the ground. Motorcycle jacket, hopefully has shoulder armor. Up and over the curb, massive injuries. Shoe flew off. Toes are hitting the ground. Motorcycle boots. Overall, terrible situation. Hopefully she's doing fine. Hopefully she's not getting up. Okay. That sucks. This is where you start to rescue. Okay. All right, cruising through it. Old Cardo Pack Talk Bold, I think. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Let's go back just a little bit here. So we have multiple views. We have the camera view on us, and we have the camera view up ahead. Let's look at the camera view up ahead, because I'm sure we're looking at that person this time. Okay, it switches over. What do? He tried. This is one of those things where it's like, even if you do everything right, it still comes out bad. So tried to swerve to the left into a lane filtering position. Didn't work out. Tried. It went away. I would have went more towards the right, but he tried to the left. High impact, bad. Wasn't his fault. Damn. All right, lane filtering. Why do you have your door open? Just to be a D-bag? Okay, swerve left, get back in your lane. Some people are just assholes, to be honest. Now, is it... Oh, jeez. Florida? It's a Florida plate. It's not legal. So this is where some people say to themselves, hey, it's not legal. I'm going to be the cop of the day, the Karen. Okay, it sucks. It's stupid. I prefer just to do stuff when it's legal, so then you do at least have some backup when it comes to that. And at the same time, if it's legal, hopefully these people understand that it's legal to do it, so they don't get it so upset. They might get upset, but they're not going to do anything stupid. Overall, pretty stupid. Don't escalate. Don't escalate. Just move on with your day. Bro stole my keys. See, now you have bigger issues. Looks like we're in a parking lot. My girl, after I almost stole a 250, I could have got a new bike. 2500. See, now cops involved. All right, so here we go. We're cruising. Nice little corner. What are we gonna do here? Oh, why do we go wide? Why do we go wide? Sorry. Found the escape though. Good slow speed maneuvers, practicing smart rider drills. Let's take a look at that real quick. So he went wide, right? I kind of pointed that out, right? So we're doing this. Our buddy straightened it up. Very good. That was good on him. He sees a left turner. We went wide on purpose. We went wide on purpose to go to our escape because we see somebody turning left. We decided to do something and swerve left. So actually not a bad idea. Our buddy up ahead slowed down and is trying to, swerve right. We see the vehicle stop. So very good. Well, it stopped because it's freeze frame, but sorry. Everyone navigated. So there's a lot of skill involved in this. So very good. They weren't going fast. They're able to handle it. Now, if you were going a lot faster, it would have been a lot worse. So these guys did a great job. Great job. Probably practicing smart rider drills. Love it. All right. Phone navigation, get a rock form. This is why I use my rock form on my phone, on my motorcycle, so I can have a navigation. I can see that we have a turn coming up that goes right. We have this weird turn coming up that's left. It's going to help me prepare my speed. It's going to help me prepare my line. It's going to help me prepare everything. It's like a mini map for my own version of a game, like in Grand Theft Auto, and it's a Honda Rebel. I love that.
At this moment, the rider
Is it
was
Rebel?
feeling
It
more
might just be a
confident
Honda.
and was carrying a little more
So
speed to the
the
curves.
controls look a little
So there
different.
was on the road
So we have a
distracted him that
left
they
turn coming up, and we can see it, and we saw it on our GPS ahead of time. So we're just cruising, having a good time. Anybody gonna come over in our lane? This is a sharper turn. Slow it. We should have slowed down a little bit earlier. Yeah, there's the crash, and now our bike's kind of messed up. So that's why you have that motorcycle GPS. You have your own little mini map because you can see the turn coming up. You see this one's easy, right? But look on the GPS. Look on the GPS right here. This is the moment we do a quick glance. I have my phone here. Quick glance. Oh, sharper turn. And I see that it's a sharp turn up ahead. At this point, this is when I start rolling off the throttle. I might not even have to apply the brakes yet. I could just roll off the throttle, maybe a little bit of brake, so that I'm prepared for this turn. And if I go too slow for the turn, I'm like, this is easy. Like, now I didn't have to go this slow. I can always add. You know how much harder it is to reduce while turning, and we're going too fast in the corner, and we start to panic? I'd rather do the panic right here, slow it down a little bit, and then panic in the middle of the turn, like, oh, I'm panicking because I'm going too slow. Give it a little bit more. That's what I would be doing.
Panic followed, and without fully committing to the lane, he was.
This happens a lot to new riders. Prep yourself for the turn, before the turn, not during the turn. And having this as a tool on your dash with rock form, like I said, this is what I use. Having it as a tool is super important. Using your GPS as a mini map. Yeah, it's a Honda Rebel. It's 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100s look beautiful. I have a 500. All right, so somebody coming over, nice lane change and shift. That's all it takes for a swerve right there. We see somebody coming in, we see it, position. We located the hazardous situation. We are assessing it's a relevant threat. Now we have to navigate that active threat. But since we saw it ahead of time, and I'm glad it's just a close call, we see it ahead of time. Instead of having to do like a massive swerve last second, we can just do a quick little lane change. So this is why you need to be paying attention and planning your ride. It's in the book. Good job. Oh, new rider. New rider. You can see that. You can see that. And it sucks because you don't want a new rider learning how to ride without the skill set on the roads yet. Okay, and I keep bringing it up. I've watched tens and tens of thousands of crashes and close calls. Let's go over. I want to show you the very beginning again. I want to show. Yeah, nice. All right, so right here, our buddy up in front knows that we have a newer rider. It's just a left-handed turn at an intersection. Very easy, right? Very easy. But for a new rider, it's one of the harder skills to learn. And once that becomes easy, now we have a new harder skill to learn, and then a new one. That's how learning progression works. So when I say this is a new rider, it's because this is hard for a new rider. So he's looking back. New rider's putting her feet down. It's a very simple turn. We didn't make it. As soon as we see this part, we're like, crap, panic, slam the front brake. This is a new rider trying to figure out how to ride, and they're doing it on the road when it probably a little bit more panic because now the cars are coming, so I got to make it quicker. All these random things. Guys, this is why I designed these books. I've watched tens of thousands of motorcycle crashes. I really want you guys to start off right. I really want you guys to understand everything and know what you have to do. That's why this book, I told myself I wasn't going to promote these, but like, guys, these solve so many problems. We can only watch so many crashes and close calls without actually understanding what we're trying to do here. So all the way to chapter, it's 9 chapters, get you from 0 to a licensed rider. But chapter 4, we're riding in our neighborhood on our street only to start. After we got some of the major stuff here, we're going to start paddle walking. That's what they're doing right here. We're paddle walking. It's not a good idea. But then we're going to get up and doing continuous riding with U-turns in the street. We're going to go ahead and do figure eights. And then we're finally going to start riding in a neighborhood and practicing in a neighborhood until this hard skill of riding in a neighborhood becomes easy. And then we go from the neighborhood to the parking lot. So we have, in order to get from the neighborhood to a parking lot, we have to ride on the road. But we made it to where we can make these turns easy because we're riding in a neighborhood first. And then we try on the new hard thing, but we have the skill set of turning already. We have the skill set of U-turns already. We have the skill set of turning onto a side street already. All that stuff becomes easy. So now the only thing we have to focus on when we're out in the road with traffic is traffic. And I teach you the plan method before you even get on the road. So that's the only thing we have to pay attention to because our skill of turning, acceleration, and braking is already easy. This is a step-by-step process. I don't want you guys learning how to ride and turn and brake and swerve in traffic. There's too much going on, and you're going to panic every single time. This is a brand new rider making a mistake, and this is how most people learn. I don't want you guys to learn by crashing. I want you guys to learn by having success.
Pick it up. All right, here.
So let's have success in a neighborhood when there's no traffic or very little traffic, and then go into traffic. And now all we have to do is pay attention at traffic because our skills are already there. I keep repeating myself. All right, here we go. Going too fast in the corner, found an escape and dumped it. Same thing. Practice your skill set before getting on these major roads. All right, we're coming here.
Another situation.
Highway.
Doing group ride in a small.
Group ride all over the place.
Lack
It's,
of attention
you know,
could defend it
you see, this is why staggered is so important because you have somebody that wants to pass everybody. Now everyone wants to pass everybody. So that means we're all increasing our speeds. We're all over the place. We're not riding in a staggered formation, so we aren't having these issues. Either find a new friend group or something. All right, so, oh, geez, what happened there? Either find a new friend group or stay in the back so you don't have to deal with a lot of this stuff. Wheelie time! Dump the bike on the highway. Hopefully no traffic. Now everyone behind us has to slam the brakes so they don't hit us. This is why I say if you do want to practice your wheelies and you want to have fun doing it, I don't care if you do wheelies. I hope you guys have a great time doing wheelies. If you're going to do wheelies, do it in an area where there's no traffic, because then you don't have to worry about all the other stuff. All right, having fun on the off-road. This is kind of part of the deal. Same thing. If you want to do some fun stuff off-road, maybe crash, wear some gear just in case. Oh no, he's leaking the oils. That's a bad place to have a bike that's out of commission. All right, here we go. I'm glad they blurred it out. We don't have to worry about that one too much. That's the side of the dog. Here we go.
Ignored poor visibility and decided to work.
Okay. Craziness. This is like the area. Oh, this is the type of country where you're really learning on the fly. All right. Nice little right turn. Are they going to come into our lane? He saw it. Good job. Moved out of the way. Moved back into your lane. Located the hazard. Assessed it. Navigated it immediately. That's one of those things when I want you guys practicing your turns in a neighborhood so you understand how to turn really well. And you practice your swerves in the neighborhood. You practice your braking. You practice your emergency acceleration in the neighborhood. So that when you get into traffic and somebody does something stupid, you already have those skills. And this is one of those areas that you got to focus on, is that it's a 2 right-handed turn. There's also 2 left-handed turn versions. And people are supposed to stay in their lane. That's what the slotted lines are for. They're supposed to stay. I never trust that. I never trust another car to stay in their lane. They suck at it. They don't want to do it. They want to get into the left lane after the intersection because they want to make a left-handed turn, so they cut across. Why did they not see us? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We're in their blind spot, whatever. Whenever I'm riding in traffic or driving in traffic, even if I'm in my sweet Chrysler Pacifica 2017 van, touring model, by the way, I am staggered in these areas. I'm not side by side. I'll let them take off a little bit and then I go. And then I stay staggered because if they come into my lane, I can just apply a little bit of brakes and they get in my lane. Not a big deal. I don't want to get sideswiped. I don't want to deal with insurance. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. So good thing for him though, he was paying attention and saw it. So he moved out of the way and he handled it. But don't stay side by side. Ride staggered with other cars like you're in a group ride at all times. Arizona drivers stress me out. Yeah, I know. Arizona drivers. What was that, everybody? What was the pattern?
You're all good. You're okay. Just be careful. Have a good night, okay? All right. Alright, thank you.
Hey, he handled it well. What was that pattern? What's this pattern? This is one of the things I teach in the book too. This is part of locating hazardous situations and assessing if there is a possible threat or a relevant threat, whatever you want to use. This right here is called an open lane pattern. There's an open lane in front of us. We're in that lane. There's a car right there that's going to turn into our lane because they don't want to be stuck behind a bunch of other cars. It's a natural human instinct. Same thing if you're in a grocery store. You see a shorter line, you go to the shorter line. Hopefully you don't run over grandma with your shopping cart. But the thing is, that's what people do. You go for the shortest, you go for the open, you go for that because that is going to make it to where you can continue traveling. So if we understand that and we see this pattern ahead of us, and I see everyone in the chat love that. If we see this pattern ahead of us, we have to assume somebody might do that. So if we're assuming somebody might do that, how do we put ourselves in a position for safety? Somebody might do that. We move over closer to the left side of the lane, our lane. So instead of staying over here on the right side, which is close to this lane where everyone might want to come over, right? We move over preemptively to the left side. Now, if nobody comes over in our lane, it doesn't matter. We're still in our lane, right? It doesn't matter. We just handled it. We're ready for it just in case. So we move over. And so if somebody does come over into our lane and we're over on the left side, it's very simple applying the brakes or moving to the other lane, right? Because we have a space cushion. So preemptively put yourself in a position for safety when you see these patterns up ahead and you assess if they're going to do it. And if they do it, emergency swerve, emergency brake, or emergency acceleration, one of those things that you can do. Position for safety. Do this in your cars too. See how they switched over? You do that. Hopefully you're doing head checks and using your indicators, but other people will do it quickly on you.
Alright, thank you.
Good thing.
All right, good thing I was paying attention. Wear some gear, please. But if he's, the whole thing is paying attention. Okay, so switched over. Okay, good swerve. Slow it down. We're going 110 miles per hour with no gear. That's a death wish. If you can spend this much on a motorcycle, save up a little bit more and spend it on gear. I mean, we have a camera. That's $400, $500 right there. That's almost a full set of gear. Get the gear first, then the camera. All right, here we go. Cruising, not a bad speed, just chilling. We have an intersection coming up. We're gonna make a nice, easy turn. Very good. We're gonna stay in our lane. Very good. I love. Oh. So when I see something like this and he's doing fine, he's doing a good speed, he's doing good turning, and we have a close call and there was no other vehicles involved, my first assumption is road surface hazard. Okay, so there might have been gravel. I couldn't see. There might have been gravel. There might have been oil. There might have been something. So when we're scanning the road, watch out for those kinds of things. Thankfully, it re-grabbed traction. All right, here we go. Side of the vehicle is another pattern we should be looking out for. Now, what is the side of the vehicle? Let's go back just a little bit here. Okay, side of the vehicle right there. You see that? It's harder to see at night. That's why night riding is a little bit more hazardous because it's harder to see that side of the vehicle. You can usually see the headlights out in front or the tail lights and brake lights in the behind, but it's hard to see the actual side of the vehicle. But we have an intersection, right? We have an intersection. That's going to let us know it's a hazardous situation. Look for these sides of the vehicles. Look for possible threats and active threats. Look for those. And if you're constantly scanning for it, you're going to be able to see it ahead of time so you're able to do something about it. So we didn't see it. We did not see this hazard. That's why we barely started to slow down once we got closer to the intersection. So slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. That sucks. And this is why we wear gear just in case. I keep doing this. Trying to make it a point. So he's doing fine. He's got gear. Very good. He's got some gear. Don't look up open book fracture. All right, here we go. Okay, somebody coming out from a vista point. Good job slowing it down. They shouldn't have done that, but you saved yourself. So that's a win. That's a win. This could have been fatal. Speeding up into an intersection. There's that side of the vehicle. Good swerve. Good swerve. That's the thing. You can only do 3 things. And he swerved. This I wouldn't do. I wouldn't come back and create problems. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason. All right, here we go. So just kind of cruising. Anybody coming out? There it is. There it is. Brake, 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 brake. Good job. If we were speeding, we wouldn't be able to stop in time. What else could we have done in that situation? Let's go back just a little bit. What else could we have done in this situation other than braking? We could have done a hard emergency swerve to the left to get around it. We would have beaten them before they got into that lane if we swerved, right? But that's why we only have 3 things: brake, swerve, accelerate. Usually braking, swerving is going to be the first things. Accelerate is to get yourself out of danger while you're still in it. Okay, it's like running away. So right here, good job with the braking. How you doing, Moto Gaga? Yeah, Hog Rider. All right, here we go. Rain, wet road. So cruising very slow. There's probably going to be loss of traction. That's usually what's going to happen. Oh, idiot driver. Couldn't anticipate that one. Thankfully, he didn't get hit. Wear gear just in case. Side of the pedestrian. All right, all right. Side of the vehicle right there. Are they going to come out? So in this situation, we could have used either of the 3 things. So it was actually really good on this motorcycle rider. He just picked one. So each of the 3 things that I was talking about. So right here, he applies the brakes. That's one of the 3 things. Let's go back a little bit here. Now, could he have swerved right? Yes. Now, could he have emergency accelerated out? Yes. But he chose one of the 3 things instead of honking the horn, had to lay her down, had to rev bomb. Those aren't the things. We can only do those 3 things. So this was actually really good. It was really good. Here we go. Here we go. On a track, this is where you practice your high-speed maneuvers, and this happens, but you notice how there's no traffic? Look, this would have been the side of a cliff. He would have went off a cliff, or his bike would have went down a cliff. This is why you practice your high-speed maneuvers at a track. It's a closed course. You practice your slow-speed maneuvers in a parking lot. It's a closed course. You got 24 motorcycle drills right there. Easy. You never have to move the cones again. All right, graphic warning. Oh, what do we got here, Moto Nate? It's all sad. A bird.
Oh no!
Yeah. Thank you, zombie.
Bro!
Dead bird.
Bro! Why did you land?
All right. What is he looking back for? Did his buddy crash? So first, remain calm. Ensure your own safety first. This is why you're having a cardo and talking to each other, because he can be like, I crashed. And be like, oh crap. So we're speeding up. We're not remaining calm. It is what it is, though. You can do whatever you do as long as you do it as safe as possible. There's the buddy that crashed. So does he have any major bleeds? So you want to stop any major bleeds if he does. And if you get any of the books, the no. If you get any of the printed books from the store, I have been including the rescue card. So this is the rescue card. This is the front of the card. Let's do this. You get a rescue card so you can have it in your pocket. So if you forget what we say here on the live stream, you can pull it out of your wallet and be like, okay, I need to remain calm. I need to ensure my own safety, and I need to stop major bleeds. What's quickly assess severity? Okay, I flip the card over on the other side. If he has any of these situations, this is all we can do. Stop any external bleeding, lay them down, monitor any changes, and try to keep them warm. But make sure, because on the front side is call 911 or tell someone to call 911. So I've been including that with any book that you guys get. So if you want to grab one, please do so. Links in the description. Hopefully you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Grab a slice of pizza and get out of here. There it is. There's that first video, guys. We got another. We got 2 more. 2 more. Hopefully everyone's doing fine. Like there were some good ones in that video. There were some good ones. Like there were some people having to lay it down, but there were some people that actually swerved and actually braked and weren't speeding. That's one of the big ones, right? That's what we were seeing. A lot of people weren't speeding into these bad problem areas and were able to slow down before the crash. So it was just a close call. They were able to swerve. They were able to do something. So a big takeaway I want you guys to have here is just do the speed limit. Lower your speed below the speed limit if the turn is too hard. Cover those brakes before the intersections. It was very good. That was some good ones. And that was a MotoStars video from like a couple days ago. This one came out 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. Let's see. Is there anything crazy? Let's do a quick look at some. Oh, this one looks pretty nuts. Oh. Well, one sec. How did this happen? Oh, he kind of just had to lay her down. The dude kind of. What the heck? So the dude decided, like, we're just cruising, we're chilling. Why? 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 Now he just needs to hit 2 more people to get a turkey. I miss bowling. This one looks pretty bad too. Let's take a look.
Traffic was heavy, and in situations like this, riders were never truly
Passenger,
safe.
okay.
The driver appeared distracted and abruptly ended the rider's ride.
Calles para llegar y estaba listo para filtrar.
What happened?
Aquí quedé muy.
Okay, we're stuck.
Sucedió.
Oh, that's actually not that bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. And what's this part? Oh, okay, that's why I thought. Is this a new rider? Let's see. Let's see if there's a new rider. No, it's just the guy that wants to go around. Is it wet? Oh, they're still working on the road. Slow speed maneuver. Hey, handled it.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Oh,
Why?
Damn it.
Why did we do that? It's a beautiful Harley. They don't make those ones anymore. Good luck finding some parts. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the beginning. Let's hit that record button. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hey guys, I said in order to get a slice of pizza, you have to hit the like button. We got 69 likes. Nice. Nice. So hit that like button. Make sure you grab a slice of pizza. If you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, make sure you hit that follow and like button. Follow me. I post a lot of these things every day. Yeah, dirt bike dude on a street bike. That's really what it was. So if you're on YouTube, though, hit that like button. 69 likes. There's 95 of you in class today, and you guys aren't getting a slice of pizza if you don't hit that like button. All right, so hit that like button. All right, so here we go. 3, I got my pen, right? Yep. Okay, there's the pen. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got a MotoStars video. This one just came out today. Let's take a look.
Hey,
All right, so we're going over crashes and close calls to try to figure out what happened, how it happened, so we don't make the same mistakes ourselves. So if you're a new rider or experienced rider, we're trying to prevent that. So we decided to pass our buddy on a corner going too fast, and he went wide. Okay, so don't go as fast. Slow it down. Don't race each other. You're going to have major injuries. This is why we rescue each other. I can't play this music, so we're going to do that. He's got full gear. Rescue, ensure your own safety, stop any major bleeds. Very important. Not a smart idea to be passing each other on corners and going super duper duper fast. So if you're a new rider, please don't do that. All right, come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Keep moving. Keep moving. All right, here we go. Going through a corner pretty fast once again. And now we're off the cliff. High impact, high injuries. We could have prevented this by going slower. A reminder not to speed on unfamiliar roads. Luckily, the motorcyclist is okay. So probably some injuries, but exactly. A reminder not to speed on unfamiliar roads. Even on familiar roads, so you never know if something happened between the last time you rode there or not, that there might be debris. There might be something. There might be a car that decided to come around that corner. It might be a familiar road, but unfamiliar people on the road. Okay? So just take it easy. Oh, jeez. I died. My back is broken. How is he not injured if he has... I died. My back is broken. How does he not have injuries, Motostars? Are you just saying that so you get monetized? Okay. Well, I'm probably demonetized. So make sure you guys join the Smart Rider crew. It's only $5 a month. You get a bunch of stuff. I'll review your crashes and close calls so you don't have them ever again. Let's move on to this one. Here we go. Oh, I had to lay her down. Oh, took him out. Hey, kind of deserved a little bit. All right. Oh, rear-ended. You notice how he hit his back? Crazy music. We're going to mute that. I don't like it. It's just kind of weird. But as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. He hit his back. Have a back protector in your motorcycle gear. Very important. Okay, so overall pretty bad. Just because he hit the ground. What do we got here?
It was heavy, and in situations like this, riders were never truly safe. The driver appeared distracted and abruptly ended the rider's ride.
Abruptly ended the rider day. Okay, here we go. So everyone's gonna lane filter. We're stuck in a weird position. We can't navigate around that, so we're kind of stuck and stopped. We get rear-ended. Overall, crappy situation. I wouldn't want that. Swing arm, bike tire, the rim, damage. You know, real quick, you notice right there how if that vehicle behind us was going any faster, we would have been sandwiched. This is why we're going to take, I mean, that's a terrible situation, got rear-ended, but that is why I don't park behind vehicles. I don't do that. I either lane split or lane filter, or I park off to the sides. And right here, if I'm parked off of this side, I can't escape very easily. It's going to be a difficult escape to go through that. I want to park on the right side, so that is a possibility I could have lane filtered. That's why. It's usually at stoplights and stop signs. All right, here we go. Just chilling. Oh, side of the vehicle, 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 side of the vehicle. What are we doing? Good swerve. Good swerve. Really good swerve. So handled it very well. All right. Oh, slowing it down. Nice hard brakes. We locked it up, so there's no ABS on this Harley. Okay, we can't go anywhere. Slow speed maneuvers. Very nice. Very nice. Practicing smart rider drills. Oh, mercy accelerated. Lost traction. Up and over high side. Practicing the smart rider drills to get into that quick slow speed maneuvers. 24 motorcycle drills. You never have to move the cones once you set them up. You can do all 24 without ever touching the cones again. Try it out. On a motorcycle, 5 seconds is the difference between going home or not.
There was one is taking
speeding into heavy traffic. Oh,
something
buddy crashed.
A serious fall.
So if you do want your buddy to go home and he's bleeding, learn to stop major bleeds. Can't play that music because it's probably copyrighted, so he's not doing well. And he's walking, so that's a good thing. But the bike's not doing well. There you go. Side stand down. Oh, there he is. It looks like it's a bloody hand. Why do we have bloody hands? Why do we have blood anywhere? We're not wearing gear. Wear motorcycle gloves. You can buy almost a full set of gear. Oh, I wouldn't do that. You can almost buy a full set of gear for the amount of money you spent on that action camera. And we're just going to blur everything out. Interesting. Okay. So make sure you guys get some gear. All right, nice little easy turn, but we went a little too fast, lost traction, dumped the bike. So practice in the neighborhood first. Learn what your bike can do. So we're gonna pass, Oh, came out of nowhere. Nice swerve, got out of the way, handled it. Oh, speed wobbles, up and over, dumped the bike. He has bloody hands too. Bike is destroyed. Uh-oh. So rescuing other riders is one thing, but you can learn how to rescue other people in a crash so you can be an asset to your community.
Oh, is he okay?
Okay, there's not much you can do in this situation.
Are you okay? Oh.
Old lady and
Did anyone call 911 already?
my wife's calling, but
Very good. That's part of it. Call 911 for the remain calm, ensure your own safety.
Hurt her. There's a dog in there too.
yeah.
We need 911 right now, but don't flip it because we might make it worse.
Good. So like I said,
Dog is okay.
they were able to pull the dog out before the lady. Okay, she was okay, but she got pulled out and she was on her phone while being put in the back of the ambulance. So that means she's talking, she's alert and oriented.
I heard more by flipping it over. The dog is okay.
Good. Somebody is able to take command and say, don't flip the vehicle over.
You think we can? You think you?
Very smart. Try before you pry. Try before you break things. See if you can, see if you can open it. Can't open it.
Can you click that button right there? Possible? Right there? Click it. Just press it.
Very good. That's what I would do.
None of them opens it. Hey, buddy. We're gonna get you out. Oh my God, that poor dog is in trouble right now. That lady is inside.
Dog and lady is doing fine. Okay.
Hi, buddy. We're gonna get you.
So handled it very well. So I'm just gonna mention real quick. I'm not gonna go over a full accident review on this one. Basically, when I'm coming up to this right here, and I recognize that there is a woman inside, there's a dog inside. As sad as it sounds, I'm probably gonna get some hate here. I'm not concerned about the dog. I'm concerned about the human. Okay. Dog could probably be fine, but the human, especially if it's an older lady, it could be a quick death when it comes to a few things. So if I notice and I can see through the windshield, I can see everything that she's talking, she's alert, she's fine, I'm not going to try to get in because now I'm going to create instability. If I try to get in, it could knock the vehicle over. Now we're all injured. It's a bad day. So I'm not going to deal with that. Breaking the window can have glass shards, all that kind of stuff, that fine particle glass get into her lungs, have some more issues, okay? So I would try before I pry, like pry the door open, or try before I break a window. So I'm going to try to open doors. I'm going to try to do all that stuff. The only door that he has access to is that back door. He tried it, didn't work. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I'm going to take a different risk. If I notice that she's bleeding out pretty bad, or she's having agonal respirations where she's like, that means she's going to die if nothing happens. Okay, so I might take the risk of climbing up top or breaking the window to get through. And so I can at least do CPR in a very enclosed area. I'm going to try my absolute best. I'm going to do CPR. I'm going to try to stop any major bleeds. That's the only thing that I can do. But I'm only going to take that risk if I see that. I'm not going to take the risk of trying to get her out if she's doing fine. Save a little, or sorry, risk a little, save to save a little. Risk a lot to save a lot. Risk nothing to save nothing. So make sure everything's fine, and then just let EMS and firefighters handle this. Traffic control is a big one. You don't want somebody hitting your vehicle, hitting them or you. So making sure traffic control is important, like is being handled.
Inside.
They're on their way.
Hi, buddy. We're gonna get you.
All right, just cruising when this happens. Okay.
Here, but this could have been a
Open lane, maybe. Open lane pattern, going to come into our lane. That lane is slower than our lane. They might want to go into the faster lane. There it is. There it is. Locating these hazardous situations, very important. Choose to back off and not escalate. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so very good.
That person that cut me off, yeah.
That guy, bro.
Yeah.
Glad you're safe. Glad you're safe. I ride a bike, and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Happens, bro.
But he handled it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Good control of his emotions. I love this. This is what most people need to be doing. Just relax. Oh my gosh, side of the pedestrians all over the place. People just acting dumb. Get out of the road. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, you don't have to speed up though. Get off the road. Yes, yeah. Everyone just get out of the road. There's traffic.
Why would she step on the road?
All right, here we go. Oh no, what is... She saw that happening. Good swerve. This is why you don't pass people at intersections. You don't pass people at intersections because of that.
On the road.
So we're getting up to here. So we're just chilling. We're behind this person. Somebody wants to pass on the right when there's an obvious right turn possibility at an intersection. So part of planning your ride is locating this hazardous situation. So he decides to do this. Okay, the person's turning left. We're undertaking at this point. Shouldn't have been passing. Good job on that person for swerving, at least, instead of panicking. So I'll give him that. Lucky.
What are you doing?
Road rage as Camry driver tries to run me over. Oh, geez. What? Why don't we see the video before this?
You're on camera.
You have a camera. Why don't we see what happened? Please show me. You gonna show me or are you just gonna argue? Nope. Okay. Open lane pattern, switched over. There it is. Not much you can do in that situation other than roll off and maybe move over a little bit. Now it's just an impatient driver. So when you see like somebody just being impatient, just constantly being impatient, let them be in front. Don't worry about being close to them. Rain riding, nighttime, lots of different road surface type hazards, visibility hazards. What's gonna happen? We don't know. So we're just kind of cruise. Oh, lost some traction. Definitely lost traction. Dumped the bike. We're all over the place doing this with the throttle and the handlebars. Toolbox falls out of truck, so I decided to help pick up tools. Okay. First, ensure your own safety. There you go. Pull off to the side.
Helping out. I was coming to help out.
No, because they drive like.
Put your coffee down, lady. Use both hands to help.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, always when you're doing this and you're picking things up, keep every now and then look back at traffic. Okay, everyone stopped? Okay, cool. Everyone stopped? Cool. Look back, finally somebody's not stopped. Oh crap, you run out of the way. And all of this, he still lost his 10mm socket.
Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, it's okay, man.
Don't mind my wife. I wanna leave it on that.
Oh, it's okay, man.
See, I don't want to jump into men versus women, but I'm gonna. Typically when something bad happens, typically, not always, typically when something bad happens, the guys tend to be like, here, we need to take action to solve the problem. When bad things happen, typically in women, I'm trying to say it low because my girlfriend's at home, they tend to get the emotional response first and stay there. And that's why she's with the coffee and she's like getting pissed, barely helping out. I mean, she's helping out, but she's barely. And he's like, we just got to solve this. I'm pissed. I'll be pissed in the car after we solve it. But usually action and then the emotion comes with guys. Usually it's the emotion and then the action when it comes to women. What solves the problem as it's happening? Action first. So take action first and then have the emotion. It's fine. You can. I'm not saying don't have emotions. Have emotions. That's very important. I'm going to jump a little bit more. Emotions. So anger is sadness, happiness, all these things. They're just triggers to show you what action you might need to take. So if you're angry, like you get angry, like somebody's like yelling in your face, it might trigger you to, I need to defend myself. If you're having a happy emotion, it might trigger you into saying, I want to do more of this. That's all it is. So you don't have to do the trigger. Like if you're happy, you don't have to keep doing the stuff that makes you happy, but you kind of want to. If you're angry, and this goes back to road rage, if you're angry, you don't have to defend yourself and get and start an escalating fight with a car driver. You can choose to do that or choose not to do that. It doesn't, just because you have an emotion does not mean you have to do something about it. You can choose to do something about it if it works with your morals and values, or you can choose not to do something about it if that follows your morals and values. So really at the end of the day, and I was going to make an After the Ride podcast about this. I was thinking about it for a couple of days, is that you can choose. You can absolutely choose, but it's all based on your morals and values and your virtues. That's why it's so important. I have it on the wall right over here. My morals and values and virtues. I have my mission, vision, value, and virtue statement. And so whenever I have an emotion, whenever I feel an anger, let's just pick anger. It's a common one for guys. I have anger. I check myself based on those values. Now, what action should I take? I'm angry. What action should I take? I look at my values and virtues. These are the only actions I can take. So I'm angry, but these are the only actions I can take. If the thing I want to do, I want to hit a wall, or I want to like punch a guy, or I want to do something, or I want to like technically self-harm with like coping with certain things. Does that follow my values? No. So now I choose my values and virtues over what I feel like I want to do. And that's difficult. That's tough. But that's why it's so important to write down your values and virtues. A lot of people don't do that. So they just go based off of emotion. And some people, and here's where it turns into like more of like an evil type thing. Some people have values and virtues that dictate that they do destructive and dysfunctional things. So when they get angry, they choose values and virtues that say do destructive. That's when it becomes a little bit evil. So good people struggle. Good people have a good set of values and virtues. And when they have this negative emotion, it's not even negative. I'm going to take that back. Anger is not negative. Anger is an action thing that you have to do. So you can get angry with self-defense. You got to defend yourself. You get angry, so you defend yourself. So anger, what do? And that's usually pick a good set of values and virtues. Okay. I was going to make a podcast about that, but I wanted to share that with you guys here because it's very important because it applies to motorcycle road rage. And if your values of riding in the road is I'm going to value safety, I'm going to value making sure I ride smart, I'm going to value these things. So when I see a very fun corner and I want to ride fast because I feel excited, I feel like not angry, but I feel happiness. I feel these crazy things. I want to ride fast. That's what the emotion's telling you. Check myself against my values of I'm going to ride safe, I'm going to ride smart, and I'm going to make it home. And I know what I need to do. I need to plan my ride. I need to do all that stuff. Oh, I'm going to temper my emotions and choose the right way of doing things. And that's why we see a lot of people crash. We see a lot of road rage because they decide to run off emotion. Run off your values. Gosh, you know how many things that we could solve in this world if we just did that? And we all had the like good values and virtues.
Have a good one.
All right, here we go. Gonzalez Garage. Uh-oh, coppers, panic, oh crap, dump the bike. Now you can't run. So check yourself before you wreck your bike. Exactly. Oh no, what do we got here? Did he die? No, he's moving, that's good. All right, here we go. Oh, dump the clutch. You heard the click? I teach you how to stall and not stall in this book. I actually show you in the book what it looks like to stall so you can get it out of your system. I stall on purpose in this book when it comes to the friction zone and braking chapter so that you understand how to get to friction zone, but if you stall, what do you do? So I show you that. He just stalled. So what do we do in this situation? Let's just go over a little pop quiz right here. Right here, stalled. So dump the clutch. We're in first gear. Let's say we're in first gear, dump the clutch. Oh, crap. What do we do now? We pull in the clutch, engine start, and we reset. That's it. It's embarrassing.
We got a whole rear view camera.
I know, bro. It wasn't.
What happened?
It's not like.
Unless you got hit in the back and then stalled. Prevent the crash in the back. And then reset your system by friction zone throttle control. That's chapter 2. That's one of the first chapters in the book. Oh, and then he... Wait, what? So, I'm assuming the car hit the motorcyclist behind him and he hit us. It's a chain reaction thing. Either way, the stalling is still... Oh, yeah. There's an impact. Either way, the stalling is still the thing that we can practice and learn from. So lots of great videos in here. So make sure you check out the live stream that we typically do Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Join the Smart Rider crew. Check out the shop. Check out the links in the description if you want anything in terms of a rock form mount or a Cardo Pack Talk, anything and everything. But grab yourself a slice of pizza and ride safe whenever you ride, okay? Enjoy yourselves. That was a quick 20-minute video. I think what I'm going to be doing now we're chatting, we're not recording anymore. But I think what I'm going to start doing is the first video is going to be as in-depth as I possibly can with all the training, and the last 2 videos are going to be like quick actions. You know what I mean? Unless there's something like we just discussed there about emotions. And I was seeing some of the chat. I was trying to stay on topic. I get distracted quite a bit. But I love it when you guys chat. So please keep chatting. It actually helps out the algorithm. YouTube makes it promotes it more when there's more chatters. So please do so. But what I was glancing at was a lot of people are, I see, it sounds like DBT therapy. Yeah. So I don't know what the D for the DBT is, but CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I've been in therapy for over 7 years since I left the fire service. I started right before I left the fire service, and I left for mental health reasons. It kind of helped me out a little bit. But I finally did leave, and I've been in monthly therapy sessions with the same therapist. She's amazing. Dr. Patricia, I love her. She's a great woman, and she's helped me out quite a bit. And she's helped me understand quite a bit of these things because I used to run off of emotion. Dialectical. I should probably look that up. I used to run off emotions, and I used to come from a position of like, this is what my mind and my body is telling me. I must act on that. I used to do that. That's how I was taught. Those are my parents. That's what I was taught. That's the examples I've had in my life. Those are the things that happened. So like, that's all I knew. And so she helped me reshape and reframe quite a bit. And so now I can see emotions as they are. And then I can separate my actions and behaviors from my emotions. Because there's three things here. I'm going to kind of dive a little bit into this, I guess. There's three things. There's your thoughts, there's your emotions, and there's your behaviors. So your thoughts are what you actively think about. Your emotions just naturally come to you. And your behaviors are things that you can choose. And those are your actions that you externalize. Okay. So they can all influence the other. So I might like walk and stub my toe, right? That's my behavior and my action of stubbing my toe. It can cause me to now start thinking about how stupid this chair is, or how stupid the thing is that I just stubbed my toe in. That's my thought. And then now I can start getting angry. So stubbing my toe influenced my thoughts, influenced my emotion, which now can influence another behavior and action of me hitting a wall or like throwing that chair out. You know what I mean? So the same thing can happen. It's like I could just be angry, and that can influence how I act. It can influence how I think. So if I'm angry at somebody, now I'm thinking that they're a piece of shit. And I can act on that by having road rage. You see how it all applies to motorcycle riding too. It's not just like, like this therapy speak. It can apply to road rage. It can apply to how you ride. So if I'm riding happy and relaxed, things go easier. My behaviors start to show, my thoughts start to show that. And so it's easy to say, I'm just going to always do that. But the problem is the external world will always throw something at you. So you might be riding calmly, you might be riding happy, you might be, thinking happy. Somebody cuts you off and it makes a close call for you. Now you can have an emotional response. Now you can have a thought response, and now you can have a behavioral actional response that goes towards that anger. That's the moment you have to choose. You already riding happy, you're already doing all this stuff, and somebody did something to you that is now influencing your different thoughts, your different behaviors, your different feelings. That's the moment you can choose. That right there is the moment you choose. You can choose, I'm going to continue being happy and riding fine, or I'm going to choose to be angry and create road rage. That's the moment you choose. And we have that choice, that decision making every day, dozens and dozens of times a day. It could be a coworker pissing you off and you showed up to work having good sleep, having a great night. You had an easy drive to work or ride to work, and now a coworker pisses you off. Now you have a choice. And that's tough. And that's why I say always stick to a good set of values. So when you have that choice, you can say, what should I do? I don't have to think about it anymore. I can just stick to my values. So I'm just going to be happy. Yeah, they have a choice to change theirs. It's not your job to change theirs. And that's what we see a lot of people on motorcycles and cars when they get cut off and they get pissed. They decide, I'm going to now come up to them and try to make them change their behavior. You're never going to be able to do that. That's why road rage is stupid. Because you're going to go up there and you're going to be like, I got you on camera. Get off your phone. You almost killed me. I'm going to chase you down. I'm going to do this, blah, 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 to change your behavior, to change the other driver's behavior. When in reality, you're never going to be able to do that. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen unless they want the change. Never going to happen. The moment you decide I'm going to change their behavior is the moment you need to flip it and say, I need to change how I'm responding to this. And then you can prevent tons of road rage. And then you're not going to ride the rest of your ride or drive the rest of your drive angry. You just changed your thoughts of like, I'm going to let it go. The only time you should really act on it is if somebody's literally trying to harm you. And that's when you're like, hey, I'm angry that you're trying to harm me. I'm going to try to change you from harming me by defending myself. And then I'm going to walk away. So there's like such small situations where you need to act out on that angry response of violence. Very few, like there's just very few times that you need to do that. It's wild. It's wild. And the problem is with the whole, I'm fine, somebody else created a problem, I must choose I'm fine and stick to my values. That right there is incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. Even with 7 years of therapy and having this on my mind and that awareness, incredibly hard. I fail. I don't fail as like I'm going to do something destructive. I fail as in like I'm struggling now at this point in my life. I struggle. And I feel like that's a failure because what I want is to always choose. And I know that I'm going to have failures. And so what I do is when I have that failure, I apologize, I take accountability, and I try better next time. Every single time. And that is the process of learning. Hey, you're out in the parking lot and you're doing the lefty loosey and you keep failing that third left turn. I want to show you the lefty loosey. So right here. So that same mindset, right? So I make the first wide left U-turn. I make this left U-turn. It's a little bit shorter, but it's still kind of wide. And this last one, I went too far, or I hit the cone or whatever. And I keep failing that last part, but I keep doing this. I fail that last part. Don't shame yourself. Don't shame yourself. I'm going to try it again. What did I learn? I'm going to try better. I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to take accountability. It's not the cone's fault. It's not the road's fault. It's not my bike's fault. It's my skill set. It's my skill that's at fault. So yeah, I can self-shame. You're only going to get pissed. Be like, no, I'm going to try better. Okay, I'm going to try better. I'm going to try better. I'm going to try. I got it. Yes, finally, I did well. Now I can move on to the righty-tighty, which is the same thing, but now it's right hand. Now I can try this. Now I can try this. And you're going to get to a point where you're just getting better and better and better, and you're doing all these different exercises. And then when you finally complete all of them, even if you complete one of them, congratulate yourself. Apply the skill of learning like motorcycle riding with all the different failures that you have, with all the different things that are going on with you, to your relationships, to just how you treat your own emotions. I failed a little bit. I must do better. I'm going to take accountability for my failures and my actions and my response. And when this situation comes up again, I will do 1% better, 1% better, 1% better. And the thing is, you're always going to have opportunities to be 1% better, 1% better. So don't think that since you failed this one thing, that you're a complete failure all the time. No, you're just going to try 1% better, 1% better. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some forgiveness. And I'm jumping a lot into mental health here. I treat myself as a little child when I fail. As an adult, I'm a big adult. I handle things. I have to run this business. I have a lot of shipments to do. I could do better when it comes to videos. I could do better when it comes. I'm constantly doing things. And the moment I fail, I look at myself and I see myself as a little child. Why would I yell? Why would I say this little child is a piece of crap? Why would I tell this little child, this little boy named Daniel, that's 8 years old, that he's worthless? No. I would, as soon as I fail and I see this little child, Hey, you tried. Let's try it again. Hey, you failed. You're not a piece of crap. I know you're feeling that, but you're not a piece of crap. You're doing the best you possibly can. Try again. What did you get wrong? Okay, now what did you get right? Okay, now let's keep doing the things that you did right. Let's change one of the things you did wrong and try it again. Okay, cool. You failed again. Now what's another one thing? What's another one thing? And before you know it, you have 10 good things that you did and you succeeded. Right? That's the same thing with motorcycle training. It's the same thing with your mental health. It's the same thing with your relationships. Sometimes you might not get another opportunity, but then you still learn. You still learn. So I don't know. That's how I teach. That's how I treat myself. And that's how I do these after action reviews. It's like we point out what people did wrong and I kind of play it up a little bit, but then I also try to find what they did right. And it's like, let's remove the wrong. Let's keep doing the right. Let's keep moving ourselves closer and closer and closer to becoming smarter riders. That's it. That's why we do these every week. That's why we see thousands and thousands of these every single, year. It's like, let's just slowly move the whole of the motorcycle community towards riding a little bit better. And the thing is, you have to choose. You have to choose to do that. And a lot of these people, the reason why we keep seeing these is because a lot of people don't choose it yet. And it's fine. That's fine. It's not my job to change somebody else's behavior. It's my job to point out some things and be like, it's up to you if you want to change. And it's up to you if you want to listen. So that's why I'm very grateful for everybody in here, the 103 people over across everything that want to change. So I'm very grateful for that. And that's why we have the Smart Rider crew. And we have a bunch of people in there too. We have over 240 people in there that want change. So thank you, Elad. Thank you, everybody, Hog Rider, everybody that's in here. They want change. They want to just keep getting better and better because it's a lifelong thing. You're never going to get perfect. All the way up into the moment that you die, there's always going to be something else you could have done differently. But also be proud of yourself, of everything that you've done up to that point. All right. I did not record any of that. But that's how I do things. All right. So we're gonna just have fun with this one. Let's see. What's the intro? This is an older video. Usually there's intros. There we go. So there's a crash. Punch in the mirror. Like we just talked about, that person dumped their passenger. All right. So this one's just gonna be straight up. I'm gonna try not to pause because we did a lot of good chatting. We're about 2 hours and 12 minutes into this live stream. Once this is done, I'm gonna start editing. Or actually, once this is done, I gotta ship out some stuff. So if you're gonna get any books on the store, get it now because I'm gonna print off everything and ship it out now. Okay. So make sure you check it out. Links in the description for the store. You can get any of these books right now. Digital versions too. Digital is instant. I don't have to ship it out. So check it out. Here we go. I should be a doctor. I appreciate that. I thought about making the After the Ride podcast kind of like this area in this type of stuff and always relate it back to motorcycle riding. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video with a lot of crashes and close calls. We're going to go over the plan method. I'm trying not to pause it, but we're going to try to figure out what went right, what went wrong, and so we don't make the same mistakes ourselves. So we're going to the left-handed turn intersection, locate hazard situations. Intersections and corners are hazardous. We merged into, wasn't paying attention. So we merged into the area. We weren't paying attention. We're just trying to get through traffic quickly. This is why we need to assess any relevant threats and navigate those things. But we can't do any of that if we're not locating. All right, so here we go. We simply lost focus, target fixated, ended in the leaves. There's a bunch of turns that are going to be up here, so we should probably slow it down. It looks like he's got some skill, got some gear. Not enough skill for this turn. It seemed kind of like an easy turn, just trying to get the knee down. Slow it down. Intersections, corners are hazardous, so we need to do something. The 3 things we can do: mercy accelerate, mercy brake, mercy swerve. So if he target fixated on the leaves, he needs to emergency target fixate on the solution, which is going to be the road, and then maybe have to mercy swerve into the road to stay on the road. All right, flipped me off after close call, broken mirror. Regulate your emotions. Who cares if he flips you off? All right, here, the rider was okay and back on his feet after the crash. Okay, we have a sharp left turn. You saw the sign. So we should be regulating our speed up to this point. We didn't. We panicked. We slammed the front brake. Progressively brake. Make it through the turn. Going too fast. All right, so Soldier Pro, here we go. Do we have an open lane pattern? Maybe this car wants to come into our lane. We're side by side. Oh. That car did not want to be stuck behind that other car, so switch lanes. Saw us last second. Pretty scary. So what do? We roll off the throttle or apply progressive brake pressure to get ourselves out of that situation. So thankfully, it was just a close call. I waved it off. Very good. Move on with your day. Understand that this could happen in the future. This is why we watch these videos. All right, so the Liquor Chronicles. I missed this guy. This is an older video. So he's going to speed through. Okay, emergency accelerated out of the intersection, got himself into this new hazardous area, applied the brakes. Rev bombing is not one of those things, so let's not do rev bombing. Watch out for the side of the vehicle here. Once again, we have new problems. I'm going to pause it right here because planning our ride is the plan method that I use in the books. If you're not knowing how to ride, it takes you from 0 to licensed rider. 2 chapters are based on the plan method. So we should be locating these hazardous situations. We should be assessing any threats and navigating these active threats. He's had 2 active threats in these situations, but the whole thing with the plan method, it keeps rotating. Once you get through one, you have another one coming up. You have another one coming up. All right, the roads are either littered with dirt and mud or completely covered with this time of year. So sharp left turn, very easy. This is what we practice. Once again, that's the book to get us from 0 to license. This book right here is 24 motorcycle drills to practice that specific thing. Oh!
The driver in the rush
driver was a D-bag there.
But he did it so clumsily.
The driver did not have to pass everybody. So hit the person. Thankfully, he has a helmet. Backpack maybe softened some of the blow. This is why we wear full gear as smart riders. Acquire and use that personal protective equipment just in case. Now it's time to rescue injured motorcyclists with medical training. So if you get any of these physical books from the store, I do include that right there, the rescue card inside of it, so that you have at least this in your wallet. So if you forget what you have to do, you know what to do. Okay? We're gonna catch up to the driver. We're gonna get angry. My main focus is that person that got injured. Because now we can escalate the situation. At minimum, get the license plate. Let insurance handle everything. Call the cops. It's really all you can do if the person's not that injured. So that must be the person that got hit. Kind of a crazy road. It's like people need to get where they need to go so that's not blocked traffic. Let's move on. Here we go. We got deer. Once you see one, there's gonna be multiple. So watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. There's the big impact. There's poop everywhere. And then we crash the bike. If you see one, slow it down. There's probably gonna be more and more coming. Oh, he had a passenger. No, that's just the dead deer. Okay. Whew. Overall, pretty bad situation. Couldn't see him because he had camo on. Oh, geez, Bambi's dead. Not good. All right, deer versus road glide. Oh, another one.
Really fast. He unfortunately couldn't.
Hopefully it doesn't hit. Hopefully it doesn't hit. Hopefully it. Oh, there's the hit. So very dangerous for car drivers and motorcyclists. This is why we wear gear, just in case. We're riding risky things. You know, we don't have a crash cage. We don't have airbags, seatbelts, nothing. So the only thing we have is gear. There's the impact. Oh, did he keep it upright? Is this another one? Okay, cool. Moving on. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Don't fight for it. Don't fight for the lane. Just apply progressive brake pressure, guys. Let them in or swerve into the next lane. Fighting for it, especially with no gear. All right, here we go. Oh, another deer. This is a deer episode. Okay, if there's one, there's possibly something up ahead. Stay in your lane. Yeah, then come over. Good swerve to get out of the way. That's why I like riding middle, middle, middle.
Crashed.
All right, so off-roading, this is going to be a natural hazard, loss of traction, all this other stuff. Oh,
enjoy.
Harder to turn on dirt. slowed down as best he could, dumped it, get back on. This is why you wear gear, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're by yourself, maybe no self reception, if you don't have any gear and you have like a broken arm, how are you riding home? It's simple as a broken arm. All right, so, oh, nearly smashed the, oh, I think he had his chain on his bike still attached to the other bike to prevent, you know, theft and whatnot. Double check that. Then we have another deer. Oh, we have a side of the dogs. Now go. Now go. So mercy brake, mercy swerve, mercy accelerate. Once you got past those dogs, mercy accelerate out. Yeah, we're on a track practicing high speed maneuvers. This is where you do it because it's a closed course. You practice your slow speed maneuvers with this book. It's a closed course in a parking lot. Notice how there's no cliff. You notice how there was no guardrail. There's no traffic. Yes, it's kind of scary, but he could have been off a cliff or got hit by a car. This is why you practice these high-speed maneuvers at a track. All right, for insurance privacy reasons. Oh, so he doesn't show what happened. So turn around, lift up the bike this way to save your back a little bit. If you have the strength, sure, go ahead. You don't want to pop a bicep. So it looks like they impacted. We're going to remain calm, ensure our own safety by moving off on the side of the road. Side stand down. Very good.
What's up?
Double check your body if you can.
It was still red when I was moving, and listen, I got it on camera. I don't want to argue.
There you go.
I don't want to
Perfect.
argue.
It was going on when you was moving, that's what you're saying?
Yeah. By the time I got next to you, it was changing. I've got it on camera. We can argue, but I got it on camera, man.
Okay. I was in left lane, turn only, and he went straight. Okay.
So what's your point?
It was amber.
It was amber.
Yeah, but you're supposed to check mirrors before you go, right?
I check my mirrors, bro.
So you're never going to change somebody's perception of what's happening. You can only just document and remain calm. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. You're not going to convince him of anything. If you want to try, maybe catch it on camera that he says that it was his fault. That might work. That might help you out. But really just kind of take care of yourself. Take care of your own problems. Not much we could do here. Just let the cops handle the investigation. You have it on camera. Perfect. All right, here we go. There's a fire truck up ahead. Very cool. All right, intersection. Oh, somebody coming over. So it probably just rolled off the throttle. Saw that it wasn't going to be a threat anymore. Just kept going. Very good. All right, watch out. Anybody wants to switch into your lane? Anybody want to come out? Oh, wasn't paying attention. Good job. You were paying attention. That's the thing is other people won't pay attention. You need to pay attention. I was clearly invisible to him, but still chose to cut me off. Okay, good job not speeding through the neighborhood, applying brakes. And this is part of the book where we practice in a neighborhood, and if we're going slow enough, we're able to handle these dumb drivers. Now, if we're on the main road and we first start learning, we might not be able to handle those drivers because we're going at a faster speed than we're used to. So this is a good practice in a neighborhood. Don't speed up, though. You know, that's one thing. Just get out of there. Cold front tire. Does he have gear? What is that on his... What's this? No, it's just nose. Okay. I was wondering. I thought it was his arm. All right. Cold front tires. We're on a track. It's very important to warm up the tires. Track guys, write in the comments how you guys do that and all that stuff. But yeah, overall pretty bad situation. But that's the thing is a lot of these situations could be handled by not going as fast, paying attention, utilizing the plan method. So thankfully we had a good stuff there. So with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Yeah, I just wanted to make that last one quick. You know, we had a really big, intense first, something moderate second, really quick third. I think I might be doing that. I think you guys like those quicker videos. At least that's what the analytics say. But yeah, how you guys doing? Former 1% club members are flagged by almost every country. Yeah. He chose to cut me off. No, he just did a 3-point turn and you happen to be there. Exactly. Yeah. Not every action is directed at you. That's one of the big things. It's like some people just do stuff and you just happen to be there. So then if you try to make it sound like they're the problem when there really is no problem, it's just like, oh, it just happened. That's when you change your thoughts. That's when you change your emotions and your behaviors to really take it out on people. And it's like, no, I would say 90% of the time, people don't even think about you when they do stuff. 99% of the time. How about that? All right, guys. I'm going to have to start editing. The reason why we did it on Monday is because I will be out of town Thursday. Usually Wednesday, Thursdays are when I edit. So I'm going to be editing tomorrow on Wednesday instead. So I thank you guys for being here. We have a Smart Rider Crew meetup. It's going to be kind of like a live stream like this, but I'm going to make it to where we can chat in the, at least in the chat. That's going to be Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you want to be a part of that chat, make sure you join the Smart Rider crew. Links at the top of the chat. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat right now, so you guys can join the Smart Rider crew. Please join the Smart Rider crew. There it is. There's the link. You get access to the courses. And if you are a premium member, you get instant access to everything, absolutely everything. So just check it out. But I'm going to be heading out, and I'll see you guys later. I'm going to take the elevator.